Oh God, Skylar made it first. Mytho, Lucinda, Ace, Sky, Shelby. What up? What up? Move some of this stuff out of the way. Welcome, friends. Let me get everything swapped over. Oh, come on, why isn't it? That never fucking pulls up the right thing whenever I click on that. Or not this, what I'm doing on my laptop. I'm trying to pull chat up. The noise you hear in the background will not be there the entire time. We have the oxygen machine going. Not this, what I'm doing on my laptop. What up, everybody? So, tonight's discount piece. What are we gonna go with? I choose you. $50 shipped on this bad boy. Jade attachment. Welcome to Adult Swim. Yes, this is what I make. I make bongs. I make pipes. I make functionals. This is the difference. I can show this. We make these here. This is the difference. You can see all this. This is also the difference. Lucy, come here. Yeah. Yeah. Marley, you gotta come say hi too. Gotta make your guest appearance. That is the discount piece for this evening. It is $50 shipped to your door hole. Marley, come on, you gotta say hi. Marley's in the middle of a haircut, so she doesn't have any hair on her feet right now. Come here. Come on. Come over here. Yeah. Yes, hello. This is Lucy. The other is Marley. Everything is sold through Instagram. There is a live listing on Instagram right now where you can place a bid, as well as see a bunch of different things that I make and pick a theme out for yourself. Oh God. We will be watching how it's made. So again, like I was saying, the second place did not claim their prize. Also, that loud noise you hear in the background won't be there the entire time. That is our oxygen generator. We just keep that on for the very beginning so we have enough for the rest of the evening. It'll be much quieter. You'll be able to hear the TV and me speaking a lot easier as well. Also, really quick, we have a raffle going on right now that I have you all here. It is only $10 per ticket. You can win this whole piece that I made for $10. If you'd like a ticket, I can take payment on Cash App, PayPal, Zelle, however. Yeah. This is also the giveaway piece, or the what our giveaway is for. We're giving away a raffle ticket for this. We'll be doing that drawing later as well, since the second place did not claim their spot. I almost tripped. I need to move these weights. This is not a good place for these. Alright, sorry, we're almost to the part we left off at. I make literally everything. Here is an example of one of the rigs with the little shroomies on it that we made tonight. Where do we raffle it? We choose the winner live on here. Y'all did see, yeah, we did this is the discount piece for the evening, $50 shipped to your door for this, which is cheaper, likely, than you'll get it on auction or anywhere else. We do a discount piece every single night, special for those of you who tune into the YouTube. We were somewhere right around here. Ooh, yeah, clay targets is where we left off on. Bad. Let's turn the oxygen concentrators off. Much better.
Are made to be destroyed.
I can hear myself
the
think.
very first time they're used. Manufactured in multiple colors.
We'll do a couple episodes of this, and then I'll put Degenerate Art on.
And can be launched by hand.
What date is the raffle? It is when it fills up. There are 42 spots available at $10 each for that piece, and we are about halfway full. So whenever that gets filled up is when we will hold that raffle. And each of the giveaways that we have, the next giveaway we'll be having is happening in the next week, whenever we monetize here on YouTube. And that will be our biggest giveaway yet. We're going to do 3 spots. First position is going to be another merch bundle. Second position, or the first position is first is going to be merch bundle, a large piece, and a spot in the raffle. Second place is going to be merch bundle, spot in the raffle, and third place is going to be spot in the raffle.
Also referred to as clay pigeons, these targets are not actually made of clay.
After the doggo's appearance,
a ceramic type material or resin.
We changed the aperture
since the 1920s.
just a little bit.
This French company has been producing clay saucers for both target practice and competitions.
So it's a little bit
the Olympics.
Closer on what we'll be working on, a little bit closer on the TV as well.
In 1947.
Oh, here, let me show you all
Targets
this
are made
little
from
guy.
petroleum pitch, a substance derived from crude oil, and calcium carbonate.
This is turning out real nice. And it's gonna go like this. It'll attach to the piece like this, so it's perfect like that. It's gonna attach directly like that. So it looks like it's growing up, like it should naturally, right?
Degrees Fahrenheit. A technician transfers the talc from the truck to a heated storage silo.
That's not what they mean, Dixon. They're saying that
moves the talc from the
with
silo
in terms
to
of
the
services,
blender
it varies between the states. If it's not legal, you're not allowed to on live.
Mixing it with the pitch. The petroleum pitch arrives to the
Yeah, y'all are in Adult Swim now.
392 degrees.
Welcome.
The pitch is transferred
Let
to
me
a storage silo
take a rip. Let
and
me get my
pumped into
mind
a
right.
blender.
Let me turn our kiln on.
Every 10 seconds, 22 pounds of petroleum pitch and 64 pounds of talc are released into the blender.
Yeah, Matt, yes I do.
Materials cool as soon as they leave the heated silos.
What I'm about to do right now, actually.
A gas boiler
Gotta take a big
reheats the
old,
ingredients
gotta take a big old one after fucking TikTok. Just a heads up, I fucking hate it there. I like it so much better here, and if y'all are here, thank you so much for making it from here or from there to here. I know it's a challenge. You get very easily distracted going from one app to the other. That's why I hate doing it. But we will end up spending most of our time here. It is way better here, a lot more relaxed, a lot more calm. You can tell I'm already more calm. The fucking chat's not going crazy. I can see all y'all's comments and whatnot. It's so much better. Yeah. Yeah, DFW. Gonna go with a rip this time.
Oil.
Oh, hi, Win Grace.
The hot oil circulates in pipes around the blender.
Yeah, it's much better here. Y'all are gonna have a much better
This
time
process
here.
changes the consistency to a paste.
Also,
The paste flows
here's
from the blender.
an example of that
automatic
space
molding
tech,
machine.
but on a functional.
This valve cuts the flow at regular intervals to time the injections into the target-shaped molds. The machine compresses the paste while cooling it with water so that it solidifies.
We also
The transfer device moves the targets
do
onto the conveyor
what you
belt
call
one at a time. As
customs,
they move
and if you
to the
order a
next conveyor
custom,
belt, the molds are flipped right side up. Even though the molds are still
You get to watch me make it.
they've remained
Also,
soft
for future
and
reference,
pliable.
please don't tell other people where I live. I'll do that.
Continue to cool and harden. A
I'll answer
separating
those
place
kind of
lines them up for
questions.
the conveyor belts that go to the paint chambers.
Mariana,
The paint
welcome
is
back.
made
So happy to see your
primarily
name.
of carbonate and biodegradable powdered pigment.
Thank you, Malthius. Yes, and unfortunately, we're very limited to what we
water.
can show on TikTok. So people are always like, "Oh, you think you're a
And a
glass
bag of
blower?
pigment
You
into
think
a
you're a
mixer.
glass artist?" And I can't show them like my actual art.
The mixer combines the ingredients
Let me
together.
go take a rip. Let me get my mind right. Ooh, look at that. Oh, clay pigeons
Once
is
the
what they're
water
making.
and pigment
I
have
always
blended
forget
together,
what they
a
make.
pre-measured amount of carbonate is added to the mixer, along with a binding and thickening agent. After additional blending, the paint is ready. The targets move from the conveyor belt onto spinning holders, which carry the targets through the paint chamber. Inside, a sprayer coats the spinning targets with paint. The targets exit the chamber wet and cooled. Another separator divides the targets onto two conveyor belts, which carry them through a hot air tunnel for 30 seconds to dry the paint. The conveyor belt feeds the targets to a machine, which piles them in stacks. Clay pigeons can be manufactured in several sizes. Olympic regulation size is the largest, containing a width of 4 inches.
Oh, so much better.
A smaller target is used
Oh,
for
so much
training
better.
purposes and contains a width under 4 inches. Regardless of their size, all targets are engineered to remain stable in flight while following the intended trajectory. And finally, shoot.
God damn it. That is the POD.
Only two things are forever: love and Liberty Mutual, customizing your car insurance so you only pay for what you need.
God damn.
A dry erase board is a non-permanent surface most commonly used in professional or classroom
Oh,
environments.
the big one?
You simply write
That
on
it's
the board
on?
with
It's
a
just a
dry
geode.
erase marker and use a
Little
specialized
slice.
cloth to wipe away the markings.
I need to
These
clean my
effective
bench. Sorry
tools
for the
are
mess.
An easy way to get your message across.
Oh, also, this is that story that I
Dry
tell
erase boards
about
are
Frit
also known
falling
as
into my
whiteboards.
mouth. This is about the size of the Frit. We're also going to use
The
this Frit
boards
tonight,
are
but
perfectly clean due to its non-porous surface and the dry erase
accidentally
ink.
poured red hot this in my mouth that one
Dry
time.
erase ink contains release agents, which prevent the pigments from permanently adhering to the surface. Green and black dry erase boards can also be used as chalkboards, while gray and low-gloss white double as projection boards. The surface material is a porcelain-coated steel sheet,
Okay,
flexible enough to be rolled up, but also pressure-sensitive.
what are we getting into tonight?
To start, the roll is mounted on a cutting
I'm
machine.
going to do this.
A
This will be
technician
a regular
programs the
piece.
machine to cut the roll to a
But
specific
also-
length based on the board's dimensions.
I think I want to do a pipe with this
Workers
green Frit
verify
that we
the
can put
length
some mushrooms
and
on
check
as well.
that the piece is square. The surface material will be applied to one of 7 types of substrate, ranging from cardboard to medium density fiberboard known as MDF.
India.
The next step is to cut the large sheet of substrate, in this case MDF, into board-sized pieces. Another technician enters the length and width into the cutting machine.
Right, that's what I'm thinking too. And the way we'll do it is I'll put this on the inside of the pipe, so there'll be a layer of clear between the green and the outside of the pipe. So the mushrooms will attach to the clear, and it'll look like it's literally growing out of the grass. So I think that will be pretty cool.
Once complete, the machine ejects the substrate, which is now cut to the exact
Both,
size
technically.
of the board. Next, the substrate is put through a hot glue machine. The machine applies polyurethane adhesive to what will be the back of the dry erase
We'll go ahead
board.
and actually start with that because I have to do
As
that.
the substrate exits, a sheet of foil is applied to the
I need
glued
to add
surface.
this in there.
The foil prevents
How am I
moisture
gonna
from
do
entering,
this?
which would warp the substrate. The board moves through 2 steel rollers.
There's not
which
really a
flatten
good
the
way to do
foil
this.
and press out any
So we're
trapped
just gonna
air.
scoop it until it starts to fall in.
Next, the surface material is applied
This is
to
like
the other
Hulk
side
green.
of the substrate.
With this color will actually bubble very
A
easy,
craftswoman uses an air hose to clear away any dust from the side
which
of
is
the
why
board.
we're putting it on the inside.
Once cleaned, the board goes through the glue machine. The porcelain steel sheet is placed on the glued surface. Technicians work carefully to ensure they don't touch the pressure-sensitive
So this is what I was
surface with
doing
their
when it
fingers.
fell into my mouth.
Then the board
And what we're
moves
gonna do
through
here
the
is
steel
fix
rollers
this
to
floating
press the
glass
porcelain steel flat
to the
remove any
inside of the
trapped
glass.
air.
And this is how you make different color glass as well. This is called Frit work. But what I did is not melt it in
Once
enough.
50 boards are stacked, technicians put them in a press for half an hour until the glue cures.
And when I lifted it up to blow air into it, it all just went right into my mouth. Just like that. Blue Frit.
In another part of the factory, a machine cuts material
I'll
to
show
create
you.
the board's frame. It punches V-shaped
that I
notches
have.
in the length of aluminum trim.
We have...
The trim bends at each
Yellow.
notch to form a wraparound
This one is
frame.
not a good color. Yellow likes to bubble already, and this stuff bubbles a lot. It's
Some
workable,
boards
but it
come
will
with a marker
bubble.
tray that runs
sure.
along the bottom. To make these trays, a technician
teal?
cuts board-length pieces from a piece of L-shaped metal trim.
See all that dust? So that dust is also what
Since
makes it
the
bubble.
tray ends are sharp,
Since the dust
a
doesn't have anywhere to
technician
go, it
attaches
just turns into
plastic
bubbles
covers
inside
for
the melted
protection.
glass.
He secures
Here,
the
I'll
plastic
put these
end
here.
covers with screws on both ends of the part.
So y'all can see them.
Meanwhile, technicians peel off the protective film covering the writing surface.
Looks.
This model doesn't have the traditional wraparound frame.
What
Instead,
else?
it has a
This
frame
one
comprised of 4 straight
is empty.
C-shaped pieces
Why do I have
that
that?
fit over the board's edges.
We have.
To add
More?
stability,
Oh, wait, orange.
technicians
Ooh,
attach
I forgot I had
screws
this.
through the trim into the substrate.
This will likely bubble as well, but it's a very
Once
pretty
assembly is
color.
complete, the dry erase board is placed into a box, ready to be shipped to a business or classroom near you.
More green. Here's a mix.
Number 1 probiotic that helps women. Number 2.
Oh, did we freeze? Sorry, we're lagging a little bit.
The puck moves fast, making air hockey
My bad, y'all.
a game.
That was my end, not
In
y'all's.
game
It's
of air
the
hockey, the puck levitates ever
What
so
day is it? It's
slightly,
Monday?
made possible by a
Monday,
constant
right?
flow of air flowing through
all these damn
perforations in
kids
the
on there
playfield.
on home after school on the
The
internet.
playfield is made from a laminated composite material.
But yeah, this
that's
is
been
the
painted
red
with
and
air
green.
hockey graphics.
Looks like fucking
A computerized
jalapenos
drill
of different
cuts into
colors.
3 playfields at once in the same consistent pattern.
Oh no, I spilled it. Just a little bit. That's okay, it'll give the bench
size
some
of
color.
holes are a little larger than pinholes, creating over 4,600 perforations
And then
in each air hockey
We
playfield.
have a big mix.
An
There's
automated
some pink in there.
carves grooves in a sheet of medium density fiberboard. The board will serve as a base for the playfield. Air will circulate in the grooves.
Oh yeah, we can do some. We'll be doing spooky themed. We'll be doing
Next,
ghosts and
sawdust is
pumpkins.
blasted out of the
And
grooves.
what month is it?
The
August,
grooves
September.
fiberboard
Might as well.
moves
Yeah,
through
we can start
applicator.
doing some fall themed
The
stuff.
rubber roller coats the
Get
top
ready
of the
for
board with a small amount of
spooky
glue,
season. My
so it
favorite.
doesn't seep
Oh,
into
it's
the
so
grooves.
close. I love Halloween so much.
As the board exits, technicians move the board onto a stack.
I know, doesn't it look like nerds?
Once the board is in the correct position,
Oh, it is
the
Tuesday.
laminate is applied
It is Tuesday, my dudes.
and aligned with the grooves in the fiberboard. A cardboard cover is placed on the laminate.
Oh
for
wait, there's another
protection
one in here. Oh wait, no,
as
there's
the
not.
stack
Oh wait, yeah,
moves
there
through
is.
a press.
It's the same one that was from before,
The
but I
weight
didn't
of
put
the
it.
press
We're gonna put them back
squeezes
now.
the stack together.
'Cause I will
ensuring adhesion as the glue cures.
Fucking drop these at some point.
Meanwhile, A craftswoman applies stick-on graphics onto the side apron boards.
These are really satisfying to
She opens a
close.
pre-cut slot for a coin door and exposes a hole for a bolt. She cuts open a slot for making
It's 12:30 for me.
and removes the panel that will serve
Oh, no.
as a door. She numbers the door and the side apron piece so she can match them up later during installation.
Damn, that lag fucking cut our
After
viewership
applying
in half.
artwork to the end panels, another
That
technician
is
assembles
why-
curved corner parts.
We need better
links metal brackets
fucking
to the
streaming
side apron
equipment.
parts.
That sucks. That
He
really
installs
sucks.
a bracket for a puck deflector in the center of the end panel and screws down the corner connectors. He sets the end panels in an upside
Literally
down
in half.
position on the
Literally
work
cut the viewership in half because we fucking
and
disconnected from the
attaches the
internet.
sideboards to the corner connectors.
It's okay. We'll get better. We can only get better from here. We'll
This
remember
completes the
the
table.
times that it happened, where we came from, and where we were, and how
A
much
lock
better
door
it is.
installed in the plywood floor. This will serve as an interior storage compartment.
We're heating this up very slow because there's glass on the inside as well.
Next, a craftsman installs
That we have
the
to warm
coin
up.
door and secures it into place. He mounts wire speakers that project sound effects to a computerized.
Yeah, they look like
system
nerds. They
that
look
tracks
very
the puck's
edible.
movements. Once the structure is fitted with wooden panels, the game's flashing lights and sensor activators are installed. At another station, a team flips a playfield over to work on the back. One technician attaches a board above the open grooves, creating a chamber for airflow. The motor and fan are installed over the small opening.
All right, so
This system will blow air into the
This
grooves
tube is now
and the
warm.
playfield perforations.
as you can
The
see
playfield
on the
is
inside
turned
of the
over
tube,
and lowered onto the table structure.
the glass has actually
Next,
changed
aluminum
colors.
bumpers are attached to the table's border as a barrier for the puck during play.
This is what happens to most color as it
A
turns, or as
technician
it gets hot.
installs gold puck deflectors on the ends and screws in metal plates.
Can you
over
burn the
deflector
glass?
cups.
You can
He
overwork
installs
it,
a
which
lock
will
on each
add
ball
bubbles.
compartment so no one can steal the puck.
If you overwork it, it'll include bubbles in it, and then those bubbles will
Finally,
cause stress
the
in the
interlock
glass
table assembly
and can
is
crack
complete.
it.
Let the games begin.
How long have I been working with glass? A little over 8 years. Or around 8 years by now, I think, is where we're at. And so as I heat up the outside of this glass, it'll get hot enough for the glass on the
Delorean
inside to start
sports
sticking
car
to
was
it, you see?
Manufactured in Northern Ireland in the early 1980s.
We're gonna
With
keep
all
doing that
doors and brushed
until we've
stainless
got
steel
a layer
panels.
of it
The Delorean was
built
known
up
for its
on the
flashy
inside.
style. Today, many of these cars are in rough shape, but a restoration can make a DeLorean.
I had one of those.
New.
I've driven a DeLorean.
This DeLorean is a rare relic from the 80s. Only 9,080 of these iconic cars
The
were
story
manufactured.
behind John DeLorean is actually very cool, so before we watch how they make the car, I'll tell you that story. The creator of John DeLorean was so dedicated to his company and his car that he began trafficking cocaine to pay for the very, very bad numbers that were coming out at the time, to pad the books of DeLorean, of the company. He became a cocaine cowboy at the time. So during the reign of Pablo Escobar, started running drugs to subsidize his car, his dream, his company, and so eventually ended up getting caught, of course. And so a lot of people don't know that story, but also the reason we got that car was pretty much for that. The story behind it is more so than just like Doc Holliday, Back to the Future thing. There's an entire cocaine cowboy drug runner story behind it as well.
Operational. This DeLorean might have been destined for the
Yeah, I do commissions, and after if we get a commission, you get to watch me make
get
it.
it up and running. The process starts
That
with the
brushed
diagnostics.
aluminum.
The technician examines the suspension. The
To
steering
polish the
rack,
car,
and
you
brakes.
sand it. It was the
He
scariest
finds
thing we ever
significant
did.
Deterioration and documents.
You
his
literally have to
findings.
sand it.
He scrutinizes every part of the old DeLorean and produces an 11-page
That brushed
report on
aluminum.
its condition. Once all the problems have been identified, the mechanic gets to work, removing plugs.
Honestly, the
drains,
coolest
and
fucking car I've ever
He
driven, but one of the
disassembles
slowest.
pipes and hoses that run
It had a
from
5-cylinder.
the radiator to the rear engine.
So it really would not have gotten up to 88 miles per hour as quick as it did without all of Doc Holliday's upgrades.
And will need replacement.
That shit was slow. And people always tried racing me. Every time I drove that thing, they would try to race me, pull up and start revving the engine. It didn't even have an exhaust on it. Did you see them pull the exhaust off it at the very beginning? Didn't even have an exhaust on it. They would pull it next to you, rev their engine, and you'd have to wave. You'd wave at them and you go, "Yes, I know, I'm in a DeLorean, I'm not racing you. Hi, I'll go 40 miles an hour in about 8 seconds. Thank you."
He tightens the lug
The
nuts to
coolest
the final
car I've
set.
ever driven. Everybody will look at you in that car. But one of the slowest. It's fucking hilarious why they did that. Why? Look
The
at.
technician must take the engine apart.
It's tiny.
He removes the air filter box
It's
in
tiny.
order to access the intake manifold. Then he unbolts the W-shaped manifold pipe that splits the airflow.
People are swapping electric engines in them from Teslas though, and I fully approve. I agree completely.
With the unit out of the way, he can easily get to other parts that need replacing or fixing. Those include spark plugs, wires, vacuum lines.
Because electric cars are faster than fucking gas cars now.
Under the front hood, the mechanic pulls the fuel pump out of the gas tank to check for deterioration.
Gold wing doors though, getting out of that car, you literally have to put your hand on the ground.
Remains in the tank.
I was only ever in 2 or 3 cars where you have to do that. A Ferrari, I forget what kind of Ferrari it was, but a Ferrari, a 944 Turbo Porsche that you also have to put your hand on the ground, and then the DeLorean. Oh, the De Tomaso,
Next, the technician removes the and
fucking,
uses a central tester to
God damn it, why
operate
can't
the
I
power
think of it?
windows.
the De
The power windows
Tomaso
are functional. He also
blank,
checks the power locks and mirrors to verify that they're working properly.
Pantera, thank you.
He pulls
Why am I
off
thanking you?
exterior
I thank
rubber
myself.
trim.
Thank you, self.
He
Finally
strips
remembered it.
off any
A
remaining
Pantera.
rubber bits. This allows
That is another car you have to
fluid
put your hand on the ground to get out of.
He
Fun
finds
experience.
the area
People
around
stare
it
at you and they're like, what the
to remove
fuck?
some scratches. He places a special tool over the deck. It has a rod.
We're gonna stretch this down. We're gonna let gravity do this. We're gonna do it nice and slow.
Providing a solid grip as he manually pulls out the deck.
We're stretching
Meanwhile,
the shape of our
another
pipe.
applies tape to various sections of the car to establish borders for the refinishing of the steel body panels. He sands out any imperfections or tool marks from the repair.
Yeah, see?
And restores the brush
Look at that.
bumper to bumper.
That's what we did. It was the scariest fucking thing ever. Actually, I take that back. You want to know what the scariest thing me and my dad ever did restore or upgrading or modifying cars?
Inside, technicians reupholster the seats.
We drilled holes into the trunk of our Aston Martin. The Aston Martin, I forget what model it was. I'll have to pull pictures up of it. I have them on my Facebook. We drilled holes into the trunk of the Aston Martin to fit it with a carbon fiber spoiler. Oh, that car was so nice. Loudest car I've ever driven in. It was a V8 that we put an X-pipe exhaust system on. Or cross-pipe, X-pipe, that's different names for different stuff. And the X-pipe is usually what they call them on the smaller cars, but... I saw somebody had swapped a electric engine or it's not even an engine, the fucking motor, it's not an engine. Somebody swapped an electric motor and the battery pack into an old Ford. Not the square body Ford, the round body Ford. So, like 40s and 50s Ford. And it actually looks so good. Like, I know that's blasphemy, but it looks so good. And what's funny is the guy knows that it's not what you're supposed to do, so he takes it to car shows and he puts a camera in the engine bay and opens it up. And so when people walk by expecting to see a nice V8 with a fucking air intake on it, a nice V8 Chevy, it's just a fucking battery pack. And some of the comments you should hear, it's such old boomers that are literally, like, legitimately angry. Like actually angry about it. Like, some of the comments goes, did he ruin that car? And this is an immaculate car. Like, a show quality car. That probably spent at least $100,000 on getting the battery pack and all that from a scrapped Tesla. And people walking by goes, man, that's just not right, or wow, they ruined that old car, or one old guy like came by and was like, how dare you? And that shit makes me laugh. Same thing with dropping like 2 JZs in Fords, or dropping V8s in fucking imports. Love it. Love it. Obviously, you can tell I'm a car head. I have very many interests. I have a vision for this pipe that we're making. So I was like, well, if I make the shroomies stick out of it, they're gonna break. They will very easily break. So I have a vision. We're gonna try to capture. It's going to be looking at the shrooms from above. We're going to do a vantage. What up, Jay? Oh, I wasn't holding it close enough. I was reading the chat, and as I was reading the chat, I just kept going further that way. Did y'all see that? I can usually keep things in one spot pretty well because I have to for here. Usually I'm reading chat while rolling the torch. I don't know if y'all ever see me doing it, but I'm usually doing this while we're over here. Eventually, I'll have it pulled up in front of me. But this is what that looks like as we expand it out. Remember, this is green. I wish we had gotten a little bit more in it. I might try to cover that middle spot up with a little shroomy. Who knows? Let me press play on this.
And treat any discoloration
A666,
in
the
the
beast.
panel and dashboard. Finally, the entire
Forbidden
car gets
lollipop.
an extensive exterior cleaning.
Sharks,
It's
yep.
taken months to restore this Delorean.
The safest place to go, or the safest time to go in the ocean is during Shark Week. They're all busy on the TV.
Mechanics confirm that this 1980s throwback is ready for its comeback.
So the next move, we will flatten the bottom of this, where we'll use it to like not roll around, and I do that up here.
Can be taken at home and must be taken within 5 days from when symptoms first appear. If you have symptoms of COVID-19, even if they're mild, don't wait. Get tested quickly. If you test positive and are at high risk for severe disease, act fast. Ask if the oral treatment is right for you. COVID-19 moves fast, and now you can too.
The very first time I saw the cloud monster.
Wow.
Wow, that's a monster actually.
Okay.
This is the biggest clouds we've ever done.
Sometimes people do this at the end. I wanted to do it at the beginning, just so I have a place to start to base it off of. And we're gonna make the pipe first. I'm actually gonna put this in the kiln. This is warm now, or warm enough at least.
For thousands of years, we've used bells to make noise. The concept behind them is simple. A clapper or
Why'd I use the top of the kiln? Great question. Great question. And again, y'all feel free to ask questions anytime. I would love to answer them. The kiln is already hot. The top of it is warm. Technically, I could use the table, but then I'd have to go all the way down here like that. Warm at a decent level for me to do it without having to get all weird about it. And this is made for heat as well, so it won't do bad things to the kiln. I could use the tool, I could use this, but I would have to hold it, and as I press down on it, obviously it could go that way or slide off one way. So sturdy base, good height, already warm, and won't get damaged. Good question. The 6 hours of shark documentaries, that sounds like a great day. Sounds like what we do here.
Disturbance causes the
Speaking of, actually, now that we're on, it's just another episode, we're going to watch Degenerate Art. Degenerate being like a degenerate or like a not contributing member to society. This was made by Slinger. The glassblower Slinger. This is a quick telling of my industry. Yes, it's on here. A retelling of my industry. A quick history lesson. A great informational about what I do, about some of the different people that I do, how this came to be, and also you get to see some just great fucking art. And I can do my autistic commentary. I'm actually really excited for this. I didn't even know this was on here. This will go over Operation Pipe Dreams, which is when selling pipes was illegal in the early thousands. I'll try not to talk as much as possible, but y'all know me. I like my my little blurbs and my interjections. Did we ever watch salad dressing? Not yet. We will make it to that. What does the kiln do? The kiln allows you to anneal. It does an annealing cycle like we have to do for ceramics. Allows you to keep things at temperature as well. It stays at 1,000 degrees. Please info dump. Okay, I'm glad y'all like it because man, I've got great info. I've got really cool information that I can give y'all. This is a liquid oxygen setup. This is not what I have. As y'all know, I have a high volume oxygen system. This is liquid oxygen that you get delivered. It's in a big container. A regulator here. This regulates the amount of oxygen flowing from the tank. And then you saw a propane tank, that was the smaller one below it, that had a regulator on it as well. There's Slinger, yeah, as you can see. Yes, I can do all of the things they show. Just to answer the questions, if you see something you like, I can do it. It will be very expensive, most likely, though. Let me, hang on. I'm very excited for this. I want to take a rip. Let me get my mind right for this. Let me take a big old fatty. Also, really quick before, sorry, I know I do that a lot. We're not gonna correct pronouns anymore on TikTok. It just starts arguments. I appreciate when y'all do it, but I don't look at chat anyways on TikTok. It just starts arguments as well as kicks people out of the group. A lot of people are not out of it, but it puts people off. So just don't even answer questions. Don't respond to anybody. Y'all act as your own people in there. Don't try to do anything like that. In here, we will correct it if it does become a problem. If somebody intentionally does it, it's fine. My pronouns are they, them. It's a great place to practice it if you would like to. We have to respect everybody in chat, positively only in here. But it is a very easy way to start arguments on TikTok, and when arguments get started, people go the other way. So we're not going to do that anymore. We will do it here if it ever becomes a problem. But anytime anybody, again, comes in here and may get my pronouns wrong, don't worry about it. I know what I look like. I know what I sound like. It doesn't bother me. If it does ever bother me, if something ever does bother me, I'll say something about it. But I do appreciate y'all looking out for me in the meantime. We got to be very strategic about the topics and what we do and how we do it to try and game the algorithm as best as possible. Yeah, not necessarily no response to anything, but when it does start going so fast, there's no point. There's no point in trying to answer questions. That TikTok we're just going to use to funnel people here. If they want to ask questions, they can come ask them here, and we'll be glad to ask or answer them here. But yeah, we're just don't even worry about it on TikTok. Y'all don't have to worry about reading chat. Don't worry about trolls. It goes so fast for the most part that I don't even see it myself. So we don't even need to worry about it until we get to here. Until we get to here. Yeah, we'll game the algorithm as much as possible. But anytime anything political comes up, or even things that aren't political, like those, like that, and people just don't want to hear it. So we game it a little bit, but we will make sure our community here, the nice place, is the nice place. We know that place is not the nice place. Yes, thank you. Remind me later. After this, I will show you the scenes that I was in on 1883. And if y'all have any questions, ask them. Especially going through this is a great chance for me to use different references to answer questions as well. Degenerate art. My people. The art and culture of glass pipes. So anytime I say a degenerate artist, what I'm trying to say and what I'm really saying is pipe maker. I am a pipe maker, not a glass blower, although I am a glass blower. What I am is a pipe maker. That is the specific glass blowing that I do. That is everyone that you'll see in here. They are pipe makers. This is the first movie, documentary, whatever, that ever captured pipe makers as artists, as a movement, as anything. And so I can't say pipe maker on TikTok, which is why we say degenerate artist or alternative glass blower, because pipe is one of our no-no words on TikTok. Yeah, I'm a background, I've done a bunch of background work. 1883, I was on a few scenes with Sam Elliott, the Marlboro Man. Tipped my hat to the Marlboro Man. He smiled at me. He was looking at my mustache at the time.
There's an amazing cultural phenomenon of people making pipes out of glass and no one knows about it.
This came out like
People
almost a
have no
decade
idea
ago.
that it exists.
It's like a wave of culture that's happening, and I want to be a part of that.
Last I heard, there was 50,000 glass blowers in this country, and that is $1 billion industry.
Probably about
There's just a group of people out
probably
there.
about double the glass blowers now, and probably about a $10 billion industry now. After, yeah.
We're just born to look into that flame.
That's Salt Glass. That is who inspired me to become a glass artist. I'll try to point him out as often as I can. I've actually never showed y'all my crown jewel, have I? My $10,000 bong. What the fuck is wrong with me? I see, I don't show off. I'm not someone who shows off and I don't take it out often. But, yes, that is made by him. This is Lucan Salt Glass, who got me into it. I've hung out with him a whole bunch of times. I've got pieces from him directly. Let me grab the crown jewel. Yes, my $10,000 bong. And you're gonna go, that's a bong. And I'm gonna go, yes, that's a bong. Be very delicate with it, or gentle. It doesn't see the light of day much. This is my son. Very proud of him. I need to bring this out a lot more often, actually. Can you see? Okay, yeah, you can see the top of it. Cool. Ba ba ba. This is Ass, or After School Special, made by Salt Glass and Ethan Wendy. This is a bong. You can smoke out of this. I've had some crazy times with this little guy. Here, I will show you with the light on. He's a little dusty. He's my little vampire boy. This is After School Special. My little vampire king, my little vampire prince. You smoke out of the top here, of course. Signed on the back by Ethan Wendy and Salt Glass 2016. Got to watch them make this. They made this live at my event, BoroCon, which actually there's a couple videos put together of when we did that. Lucy Camille, yeah, she's hanging out in the back. But yep, this is my $10,000 bong. This is the matching pendant. Here, I'll show you closer with this. Got a little face over here as well. Yeah, I don't take this piece out often, again, because I don't brag. I'm not braggadocious. But, yes, this is my son. Until next time, friend. I need to smoke out of him again. I haven't smoked out of him in years, actually. We only put the finest of dabs through this boy. Is the pendant functional? Nah, it functions as a pendant. So this is my everyday piece, though. This is what I be durbing out of constantly. I'm not gonna show you the entire thing because it's a fucking mess, but this is a Mario scene. Let me flip it around to the other side. Could I make something like that? Kind of. Not like this. Could not make something like this. These are what's called millies. These are the same as my honeycombs, but like expert level. There's a Monster Scream Millie. Got a Goomba. I could do sculptural work. I could do like creatures like the After School Special. But yes, that is my $10,000 bong. Let me change shoes real quick. I'm wearing these Dude Bro shoes. that I've been trying to break in for the past like fucking month and a half that just will not break in. My pinky toe hurts. Yes, made exactly the same way as these are. The same as those image candy, the ones that you see on TikTok of them rolling up the hot sugar of different colors into images and stuff. That is what a milli is. A sleeved or rolled piece of glass in clear, and each chop you get a different image. So the Mario, the Goomba, the fucking question mark, you can make literally anything out of millis, but you have to know how to do it. You have to be really good at doing it. Let me change shoes real quick. Millie, Mario, I'm gonna go out real quick. Let me, you need a drain pains? Oh, so much better. I'll put my slippers on, the ones I'm not supposed to wear while holding glass. I want to show y'all how the dogs get back in the house. I think I've shown y'all how they jump back through the window. I let them out through my bedroom window. It's very funny to watch when they come back in. So before we start this, I'm gonna go back over there with the phone and take y'all with me. Are those Hey Dudes? Yes, they are. They would be very comfortable if I didn't have very, very weirdly shaped feet. My pinky toe lays down. Ah, you tried to get me to show you feet content. I see what you did there. That was an elaborate plan. Wow, Jay. Just incept me by asking me about my shoes. I'm just kidding. I'm totally kidding. But I do have a weird pinky toe. It lays down flat. I have really good balance, but not good shoes. Not good shoe selections. See, because immediately now I'm like, I want to show you all how it bends over, but I know I can't do that on the internet. I know better. We'll put that on the other website, Jay. I'm just kidding. I'll show y'all eventually. I just have socks on. I can do the thumb thing though. Wait, which is the thumb that does it? It's this one, isn't it? Yeah, it's not this one. I can't do it with this one, which is funny, but I can do it with this one. That'll cost extra. Hey Dudes are great. They are lovely shoes, and they're recycled too. Okay, sorry about the shakes. Y'all have to see how Marley and Lucy. And we'll do a little 360. My room is a fucking disaster. So before we go in there, I will warn you, I might block the camera off because I'm self-conscious. This is what it looks like from my end. Yes, that is a giant cardboard box that I use to put the computer on. Again, we will have come a far way once we have a full setup. We've got the table here. Like I said, we'll end up doing some first-person point of views as well too. So I'll try to mount this on my chest somehow or on my forehead, and we can do stuff like this where we'll just go like, yeah, look at that, do boop boop boop, and you can see my hands even more too. Look at that. Ooh. Okay, that's what that looks like over there. There's my poster that I told you all about. The what does it say? You're not paid to think. A mindless worker is a happy worker. Get back to work. Or shut up and do your job. We've got, this is the high volume oxygen system that's all slapped up. If you have a collection of stickers, I'll trade you for them. Some posters and whatnot. There's the storage room. Okay, hang on. Oh, by the way, this is the fucking the crack in the shit. It looks a lot worse than it is. It's just the sheetrock that's cracking. I mean, obviously it's not good. But that's Texas for you. We finally got rain. And my house shifted. Okay, I'll show y'all the top of my room. The floor is the not good part. We've got some of my favorite albums here. We've got Pearl by Janis Joplin, Misfits, Gorillaz, Pink Floyd, Starfucker, Nirvana, Iggy Pop, more Misfits, Tyler the Creator, fuck me in the right in the balls and dick. Don't judge me. Jimi Hendrix and the Beatles. Fucking y'all, it's autism brain. You know when that happens. I'm obviously a fan. That's actually a original Woodstock T-shirt. I gotta show you that. I gotta show you all that. An original Woodstock T-shirt from 1969. One of my prized possessions. All right, I'll show you oh, I don't have my lights plugged in. My fairy lights are a pentagram. Or will be once I redo them and plug them in. But, okay. I will show you how the dogs come in. Uh-oh, don't look at that. All right, ready? There's one. Come on, Marley, you can do it. Come on. She acts like she can't. She acts like she can't. Come on. You see her nose. Come on, Marley. I'm not gonna let you in through the other door. She likes being lazy. She knows she can try to manipulate me and get me to open the main door because she doesn't like to jump because she's lazy. Come on. Come on. Yeah, see? Lucy, leave her alone. Let her get in. That's part of the reason she does that. Because you fucking attack her every time we come inside. This is the door that I painted a while back. Yeah. Here's my hallway. Oh, I have cool color lights in here. I'll show you real quick. What up, Einstein? Yeah. Oh, don't look down there. I have a bunch of boxes everywhere. This is my house. It is quite dirty. I'll show all the chickens at some point. Actually, I can show you the chickens right now. They're probably hanging out in their coop. Or their makeshift coop. It rained heavy last night. Hi, friends. That's Dr. Gonzo. There's Raoul Duke. We got another one hanging out on top. And then the fourth one is right there. Chickens. There's a quick house tour I know y'all wanted to see around the house for a little bit. I caught that barracuda, actually. It's got big teeth. Yeah. Skateboarding is not a crime. Go back this way. This is where I work out. Swimsuit's optional, Fear and Loathing. And then back in here, I'll show y'all what it looks like when I walk in here every time. Yeah. Lots of stuff. Lots of fun things to look at. Yes, very cozy couch. It's electric. Boogie woogie woogie. You can plug it in. And I'm gonna flip y'all real quick. Go. And it reclines. It is an electric recliner. Let me wipe this off because I definitely got my fingerprint on there. And that is my house. It's very dirty. And it's where I do all of my things. Oh God. Oh geez. Okay, we're back. Is that Mr. Mime? Yes. You mean Ash's father? That is, in fact, Ash's father. Sorry, I know y'all fucking hate. I know y'all gotta hate this. Shaking so much. Zoom in and then go this way. Yes, finally did a house tour. You can never have peace with Mr. Mime hanging just right overhead. That's hilarious. Yeah, I've got Mr. Mime who is holding actually some sacred geometry. And this, which I'm not putting back on. It's way too beat to shit, unfortunately. The end of an era. I'll find something else to hang in my ear. But yeah, we've got Mr. Mime up here. We've got a Minecraft pig. Mr. Mime. And yes, if you did not know, Mr. Mime is Ash's dad. I'm more worried about the Minecraft pig than Mr. Mime. Okay, time for documentary. Yeah. Oh no, Minecraft pig. See, he attacked. He came after me. That fucking Minecraft pig is shifty. He's a shifty one. Okay, how's the aperture? Are we good here? Can y'all see the TV enough? Good for go on documentary. Let's go. Yeah, creme brulee does sound dank as fuck. Ah, loud. Look at that huge thing.
Most people would think of a crack right off the bat, you know, and that's unfortunate, I suppose, but fairly understandable, given the exposure that most people have to our industry.
People may know what a glass pipe is, but they have no idea that there's this whole subculture that people are making multi-$1,000 pieces, or that they're beautiful, amazing objects that really have never been seen before.
Oh, I haven't seen this in a while. I'm glad we're watching this.
Started with friendly competition. Started with friends who were having fun, making work together, sharing ideas and techniques, and trying to one-up each other in a friendly way. Now there's an industry forming around it more than ever. There's the money being thrown at it. It's just going further and further and further.
This is inverted double perk bowler. It's holding water upside down.
There's
flip
Buck.
it over, take it off. Glass on glass fitting. Kiss the snake.
The coolest piece I've made, probably a scale replica of Gerd from Invader Zim, or honestly, I was very, very proud of this piece. So loud, Jesus. We get it, it's profound, guys.
I had an algebra teacher, and one of the things he said was, the learning curve is going to go straight up during your lifetime. I put my hand up. What do you mean? And he says, all knowledge will become available. And I thought, well, if that's true, then in my lifetime the learning curve does go straight up and all knowledge is accessible. Well, gee, I should be the source.
Oh, the octopus, yeah, we still have that little friend too. That's Daddy Snodgrass, by the way, the guy talking and the guy they're about to show.
I've been accused of creating a form of Americana art. And,
Papa Snodgrass.
Being his founder. See, the reason I went on tour in '86 was we were off to find a new location, looking for a new home base. We used to chase springtime, and I figure I could chase springtime all around the world.
Such a sweet, sweet old man. We owe all of what I'm doing, everything that I know, everything that I've learned here, has all come from this man. He was the first to do 90% of what's being done today.
North Dakota, and
he did it
back
out of this. Out of not that, but it was like that, out of a fucking bus while touring with the Grateful Dead.
down to Texas and all the way out to Nantucket, Key West. BC,
Yeah, Jay, that's available as well.
Tijuana, and Blue Glass, every one of them. People would always say, you gotta go to a Dead show.
Gotta go to a Dead show.
When we bumped into the Grateful Dead, it was 87, the Irvine shows. When the music started and I saw all those people step off on one foot, it's just, wow, that's so tribal. I would just want to be part of that. And try to come up with a motif that would fit the Dead. And that's when I took my Mr. Happy pipe, and instead of drawing a smile, I put teeth on him and jawbones, and there was this little skull.
Yeah, there it is. That's what started it all.
There was this kid that followed me around on Grateful Dead tour, and he'd set everything up for me just for the opportunity to wear a pair of titanium glasses and sit next to me and watch. And
how much for the Octo? We'll do that for $150.
In 90, he
it's
said,
very heavy. It's a lot of glass.
If I winter in Eugene, he would help me get first and last so we could bring a place to park the bus next to.
We'll include a bowl with it too.
In the spring, we were going to hit the road again. I said, Hugh, why don't you move to Arcata? He said, Eugene has better urban. Oh, okay, I'll move to Eugene.
Using a drill, fucking madman. Oh, just so much light. Just, Daddy Snodgrass. Oh yeah, we can do non-functionals. We can do little paperweights as well, pretty much of anything.
Did a lot of other things, but when you discovered Dead 2, he pretty much threw the other things out and went straight for the pipes. For a while, they were called Snodgrass pipe pieces, not glass pipes, not borosilicate pipes, not Pyrex pipes. They were Snodgrass pieces, and the other people have, forced the market in many different fashions. But Bob basically created the market that we have today with the glass pipes that we have in this style nowadays.
I credit him for keeping the art going throughout the 80s, and all the discoveries he made in the 80s were really important, like the sidecar and silver fuming he stumbled upon, and the breakthroughs that he made paved the way for all of us.
I was making a dragon in a tube, and I was drawing dots on it when a piece of the silver came to the point of the flame, fumed across one side of the dragon's face, and I was a little bit upset. Was almost not going to finish the piece. A friend of mine would buy a lot of my glass and called me.
Still, Mariana? That's not good.
Well, you're doing something strange here, because what used to be yellow is now blue.
Message me that tracking again.
I stopped by the next day, and she grabbed me by the wrist and drug me out into the sunlight and pointed, that's the blue I'm talking about. And my jaw dropped. I'm like, oh,
he created silver fuming.
Then was the perplexing moment of, ooh, nobody knows about this. I've got a secret. How am I going to keep this from the public? That's not really going to work. I think I'm going to tell every glass blower I meet. Have you ever seen this?
Hey, you ever seen this? He shared it with everybody he met. Instead of keeping it a secret to himself, something he created and invented, he said, I'm going to share this with every person I meet. It gives me chills.
we just heard about this amazing color-changing glass.
Color changing.
It moved you in.
It was so cool.
Chameleon
I
glass.
spent like $50 on this little spoon that turned blue. I think it had like a red dot on it or something. And I remember just being so stoked on it.
These little pipes that were like clear little bubbles, and I thought they were super cool, like the coolest thing ever, pretty much.
Watching the straight silver fume turn from like blue to purple or something, you know, no lines, no nothing. There's so many layers of it, it's just cool to watch it change, you know?
Soon after
We'll make our
filming,
mushrooms here in a sec.
I started to practice to teach because I realized I had something that I couldn't find in books and I couldn't find anybody else making anything like it. I didn't realize I was going to generate so much interest in glass itself that it was going to cause this little bit of a renaissance.
Oh yeah, I'm fine. Why?
How many glass blowers were there making pipes and stuff in general? You just
7.
7 people
7.
making
This
glass
is back
pipes.
in like 92 or 93, back when I first met Bob. It would just be him and his apprentices. By the time I first joined onto it, there was maybe like a dozen, maybe 10 people doing it.
There wasn't anywhere you could learn. I mean, literally, I had to sign up to get a degree out in southern New Jersey. And that place was maybe a little rough on somebody from Kesey's backyard.
I just heard legends.
No worries, Jay.
There's this guy in Eugene, Oregon. He makes glass dredging.
Appreciate you being here.
It's like nothing I've ever seen before.
I had smoked out of his pipe in Boulder, Colorado at a dead show. And it just tasted so good that when I got out to Eugene, I looked up the word snodgrass in the white pages.
What do you mean there's this guy down in Eugene that he makes these color-changing pipes and sort of stuff? What? I got it.
Hugh and I were working
This one just
together
sold.
at that time, and then Cameron came along, and the word was going
And then
out.
this one's up for auction on the
People like
Instagram
Jason
right
coming
now.
around and sitting and watching, and well, I just blew the cap off of it.
Yeah, Mariana, for sure send me the tracking on that. Let me see what the tracking says. Or has the tracking updated at all on your package? Does it say anything on your end?
More smoke counter, more color comes out. Right here. We got deals. Buy one, get one free. 215, 220, 230.
Hawking their wares in the parking
was
lot.
going out on the lot, and I was the only guy. I take my pipe, I throw it up in the air, it goes ting-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling across the fucking parking lot. Everybody comes running, like, what was that? That was my pipe. But how much? You know what I mean? I'd be able to sell the pipe. It changes colors the more you smoke at it. Try it out.
Insta is the same as my name here.
And there was another, I heard a ting-a-ling on another fucking side over here. I go over and it's this guy, Dan K, he calls himself.
Literally, I'd take like a hat, just stuff it full of pieces and just kind of walk around clanking them.
Me and Chris are like, yo, we got a house in Eugene. When you're done here, come to Eugene, let's blow glass together.
When we showed up in Eugene, we blew it out.
Dan came to our shop and made us wear lab coats, white lab coats.
Made us
Me and
wear
Chris had to
lab
wear
coats.
Dan wore a lab coat. Because that's how he learned in Salem, you know what I mean? It was the rules. He brought us our fucking lab coats. We're like, whatever this kid says goes. And Dan's thing was, he would get the color real hot and he'd fucking hit it on the thing and he'd spin trail some color on there. We're like, whoa, whoa. And then he'd take some little rod and drag that color and then he'd flip it over and he'd drag it.
Wrap and
over.
rake.
Holy shit, you know, it looks like the old Venetian stuff, you know? But we never seen that before, the wrap and rake. He had a Carlisle CC torch. Nobody knew about a Carlisle. Nobody even knew the fucking Carlisle was out there. That day, he took the Carlisle to Bob, and Cameron was there. They started making glass on the 30 mil heavy wall and made the first one-piece bubbler with the Dewar seal ever made. Brought it to the country fair the next week. And that was like the bubbler.
You know, this is back when none of those guys ever had a torch bigger than National or anything, so.
Look at that. It's about the size of my hand torch.
Plop the Carlisle down and, you know, light it up. We managed not to burn the trailer down, but not by much. It was really neat being in cutting edge of all that sort of stuff, just because there was an open field. I mean, there wasn't anything done. It was pretty tough. I mean, all this sort of sculpture and stuff that you see nowadays, that as a concept been roughed out. I mean, we've been,
you see what I'm going for?
Bob made one that looked like an elephant, you know, I mean, it's really tough. I mean, like, yeah, I was one of the cavemen. You don't know how tough it was back in the day. It's just like, oh, God, it's kind of embarrassing.
$420 on the best special, check it out.
The pipe movement didn't pick up until after the 90s, but about 94 it started to people calling up their friends and saying, hey, why don't you come out here, I learned something new.
Watch out, pimp!
There we go. Cool. That's actually exactly what I wanted to do. Don't worry.
I didn't really think about it at the time.
Drive safe.
I know there was like 500 guys doing that shit now.
All of a sudden, you'd be hanging out and there's, 100 more of you. Then the next wave comes in, it's even bigger. There's thousands of you.
If I had to guess how many people are making a living blowing glass pipes in this country, I would have to throw the number out at maybe 10 to 20,000. How many people make pipes? A lot of thousands and thousands, hundreds of thousands.
Way more now.
100,000, 200,000, shit, 500,000. I don't know. There's a lot of pipe makers.
Everybody's got their own guess, like how many borosilicate glass lamp workers are there? I don't really know. Do you?
There was a group of guys in Corvallis, Oregon that were very influenced by what Snodgrass and his crew were doing, but they didn't really have direct access to.
Oh God, Minecraft pig!
And so
I told
they ended up
y'all!
developing
The
their own
Minecraft pig
style of
attacked!
Working, which ended up developing their own aesthetics. Those guys in particular really took what Bob Snodgrass and his shop were doing to a next level.
First time I saw somebody work glass, they took a piece of cane and a 6mm rod and they welded them together. And I asked the guy, I was like, is that solid? Is it complete? Is it one piece? And he said, yes, it is.
Skyler.
And I immediately wondered why the pipes that I had seen up to that point were so boring. I've been working towards seeing this vision since pretty much the first time I got
Put this back in the kiln and then we'll sell
it.
it.
It was immediately apparent that people would want this stuff, and it's simply a matter of letting my skills catch up to the point of being able to make the stuff for people.
Glass that was coming out of Corvallis was definitely on a different page than Eugene, although definitely rooted.
2 underscores on either side of Perturabo, or you can just type Perturabo
in contact there, so.
Or you can just click the link that's on here on the YouTube that says Instagram. Extra underscore on either side.
A lot of people got into it by becoming an apprentice of somebody or whatever and living that way, but I always just kind of, I got into it and just was like, fuck, I'll just figure this shit out, right?
That feeling of competition without threat or consequence or anything, like, helped us develop new styles at just incredible speeds. Like, from the first one layer, like, outside silver feet.
See how big that torch is?
Or anything, like, helped us develop new styles. It just.
It's got a whole extra knob on every side, which means he's got a 6-port torch there. I've got a 3-port. That torch is twice as big as mine. That flame is literally about that big around. As much as I like to say mine is a lightsaber, that is a lightsaber. You see how heavy duty his fucking vent hood is? A literal cooking vent hood.
Incredible speeds, like from the first 1 layer, like outside silver fume, to the first layer of encasement, to the 2-layer double layer patterning, to the inside out. Each time something new is developed, it made the old thing obsolete.
They're all so stoned.
At that time, you just felt like there was an infinite amount of directions to go in. There was no fear about it because it's like, well, you can do anything. Everyone started popping up with their own spin on things, where it was like, wow, that's clearly different than that, and that's clearly different, and then just the refining happened.
Things evolve, you know. Things evolve. You know, to make them different.
Clinton Roman, fucking OG.
You're required to keep changing it up. You know what I mean? You know, silver fume pieces and gold and silver fume pieces were nice for a while. It morphed from
laser cannon, right?
Silver fume and gold fume works.
Oh, railgun. Wait, now that's different. Railgun's different.
And as the colors got better, the colors got incorporated. As the techniques got better, different techniques expand over into different fields.
What he just said, he might not have heard it because of me talking in the flame, is as the color palette expanded, so did the work. Starting out, there was really only clear, cobalt blue, and like black, and white, like at the very beginning. But like the blue or the black and the white, that was very shocky, and the cobalt blue was okay.
On this, then things start expanding, and it's just like a stew pot of creativity that starts to unfold.
That's Dichrome.
I moved to Seattle, and Pedro and Marcel moved up, and eventually Dawson and Jason Lee and all the other guys moved up to Seattle as well, and we kind of had this big shop going with everybody. And that's where things really blew up.
That's what destroyed Alderaan. We're gonna still review this.
Keep going.
Color tubing there. What up, Nigeria? Welcome back.
There was an evolution that happened
Until next time,
side by side between the colored borosilicate industry and the colored borosilicate glass art movement.
Look at how hard they're pulling.
I first started to sell colored glass in the mid-'80s. I think North Star was actually incorporated as North Star in 1986. It was 12 different colors. Basically, I've been making every rod by hand, mixing it up and flame and pulling it out. And when I started getting orders on a regular basis, I realized that
don't say stuff like that, Jay.
So I started doing research.
That's a little odd.
Figured out the batch.
We can just wish them a good night's sleep.
So North Star.
And we hope to see them tomorrow.
This is our maintenance shop. This is where all the kilns, crucibles, everything that has to do with us making color happens.
To put it broadly, I mean, it was more successful than I had ever imagined it would be, because I just started off.
Yeah, it's very intrusive thoughts.
The industry grew.
You gotta battle the intrusive thoughts, not to like swing it around, you know. Pretty much what I'm about to do right now.
We've seen a huge revival in lamp working because of the pipe movement. Because we made color available readily, we started seeing growth in color take place. Any advancement that you've seen in the sculptural work has all come from the advancements in the pipe.
Oh, all of it. All of it. It's allowed us to really explore the possibilities and then in turn share what we've discovered.
We don't know where it's going to end up ultimately.
There's no doubt in the world that this color
Canary
will not be
yellow.
here
Okay,
without the
so
paint.
here's one of our autism pauses. Autism pause. Autism pause. That's what we're gonna call them from now on. An autism pause. No worries, Jay. I get the sentiment there, but we definitely want to see Moon again tomorrow. Okay, so that is cadmium yellow. Cadmium is an additive to glass that they use to get that color that looks like crayon. You see how it looks like very, very vibrant? One sec, let me pop a hole in this. Cadmium is what they use to make that very, very bright yellow, and they use it to make very, very bright reds and oranges. Pretty much the lava colors, the fire colors, is what they had to use cadmium for to make them very, very saturated in color. And, is there a fucking bug on me? I feel you fucker. Personal space up in this place. Cadmium is an added chemical. It makes it a little bit flatter of a color. It doesn't make it so shiny. But what they did not know was that that additive was actually dangerous. I don't know if it was carcinogenic or what specifically it was, but around 2016, we had the great cadmium shortage. Everybody got used to using these colors. They were staple parts of everyone's color palette. And then, hang on, I got a scratch in a specific place and didn't want to make y'all look at that. And then, it was the great cadmium shortage. They found out when they did emissions testing while they were making this glass that it was actually putting dangerous amounts of the chemical into the air for the surrounding people. North Star Glass actually closed for a very long time when this happened. And there was a very, very long and large shortage of colored glass in general. Because North Star, Troutman, and Glass Alchemy were really the only two color companies in production at the time. So it got all put onto one production company, and they could not keep up with the demand. So it was the great color shortage of the late 2010s. And what they ended up having to do was bring engineers in and make a filtration system and a ventilation system that had never been made before, that could handle high heats that they placed over their crucibles to pull these colors again until they could find a way to make the colors, obviously without making them toxic. Which they did eventually do, but it took another 3 years. And in that time, in the first about year, they made the new filtration system. They revolutionized pretty much the color making industry and then had a full-on comeback. They had an entire show dedicated to the revival of these cadmium colors. One of them being that red that you see there. This is a poster from it when they did the revival show, and they made the new formula that wasn't toxic. They had an entire show dedicated to it, and each color that they came out got an entire showroom floor dedicated to it. So there was different pieces made by the different artists around the world out of that one new color. So they sent pounds to each artist to make a piece out of that color and then displayed them all in one place. So it was rooms of color, just one vibrant room of yellow and one vibrant room of orange and one crazy vibrant room of lava color like this. Such a cool cool show. But yeah, the great color shortage of the late 2010s. A fun little informational
industry.
It was that color.
Guys that said, hey, this, let's try this, let's do this, that drove these companies like North Star and then Glass Alchemy to produce these new products. And yes, the palette has grown dramatically when we had 12 to 20 something colors in the industry, and now we're looking at roughly around 200 to 300 colors available to us as artists.
And there's even more colors now.
It's definitely the artists that have driven this to where it is.
Look at that. Fire and ice. Fire and ice.
When
themes.
Jerry died, I made a decision in my head. I'm gonna start a company because I'm not going on Grateful Dead tour anymore. And let's name it Jerome after Jerry Garcia and Baker. Let's get baked, you know what I mean? Let's fucking do this.
JBD, most of you have seen bongs of his. One of the biggest companies in the world. Well, for glass, of course.
You know, I started out doing a lot of marketing in the surf industry and ran across the Jerome Baker guys at an Extreme Expo trade show. Went, took a little drive and looked in back the van, and it was just full of glass. But just compiled, like a big pile of glass. And I was like, you guys don't break anything like this? And they're like, we have a lot of breakers. That's why we got to deliver. We can't ship. I was like, let me design your box.
When I had a bong, and I made bongs for sale.
Let me design your box.
Just cranking the
fucking genius.
When I had bongs
Let me in however
boxes
I can.
and shipped from storage and stock, I made $4 million a year.
When I was structuring Jerome Baker, it was very important that everybody had a position that they could move up into. That if you stayed in this career, you could support your family. In the beginning, I told the crew that they could never make as much glass as I could sell. Our business as Jerome Baker back then was, we're going to make sure that anybody can get our pieces. If they've got $50 to $500, there's going to be something in their price range.
Remember, this color is green.
It was more, we were selling lifestyle than anything else.
There would be times in my reality that I'd be driving my brand new BMW, you know what I mean, through Oregon, you know what I mean, with, like, we'd do crazy parties, bro, you know. And so I'd be thinking to myself, man, this is too good. It's like Willy Wonka's bong factory. That's kind of what I always, you know, imagine. Because I would come out and I'd have all the employees sitting down at the thing. I'd be like, we're a bong factory. You know, this is the sickest shit ever. You guys need to work.
It doesn't suck to many others, though, Jay. Remember, positive only in chat.
Go in there and make more shit.
We never know who might be from Orlando in chat. It's me, I'm from Orlando. I'm just kidding, I'm not.
I would guess.
Is my birthday in May? Nope,
The
it is
largest
not.
manufacturing company.
It is in
out
June.
there. In my heyday, I'd say I had about
You're close.
50 glass blowers and probably 7 warehouses as a total. You know, the one thing my accountant always told me was that he said you could be richer if you were, you know, a little more greedy. If you didn't, you know.
You could be richer if you were a little more greedy.
Packages, Aflac.
Couldn't we
I spent
all?
pretty much every dime I made making my shop nicer or giving more benefits to the people. And don't get me wrong, I'm not an angel. You know, I had capitalist dreams in my mind, you know, and I did it all because to me the glass blowers were the company. Without the glass blowers, it was just me behind a torch. By the end of it was beautiful for me. But you know, after eight years of figuring it out, we had it down pat.
Record scratch. Oh, I thought that was that part. Operation Pipe Dreams is coming up.
Saturday Market, Eugene, Oregon. I think it was 1996. My brother was out there just visiting.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's jadeite.
Crazy sculptured dolphin bubbler, big intricate dragon double bubbler, you know, force chamber double bubbler. Never seen me, being from the East Coast, never was exposed to anything like that at all. And told Marcel, who's the guy that he met,
Marcel
hey,
Braun.
on a fish tour, want to really represent some cool things out there. You think we can do something like that?
So Alex and Marty were started handling our glass, and they ordered a $2,500 case from me to start off. So that's how I had my seed money to go to Seattle, and I came to Seattle with the second half of that order in my hand, and I'm just like, yeah, boys, we got work.
The internet's just starting to appear. Fish Tour is as popular as ever, going strong every spring, every fall. And that's where Alex Griffin at Headies.com comes in. He was really responsible for helping spread this culture.
Headies for a glass pipe. Headies is something that, in a lot of ways, is much more of a spiritual thing. A heady piece will incorporate very intricate glass blowing techniques. If the average little pipe takes 10 minutes, a headpiece on average back then would take them 8 hours to 3 days.
By marketing on Fish Tour, what we actually had was national distribution.
It's basically a traveling city that is populated by people who share a like mind to us.
It was the backbone. It was the mechanism that fed the ability to turn this incredibly underground art form into a way an artist could make a living.
There was money coming in because you could sell what you made pretty easily, as opposed to having to go through the more traditional.
What did you miss? They went from selling in person to meeting somebody who wanted to start a website for them, and this is the beginning of troubled waters.
And developing your portfolio and all those other things.
Run to the bathroom really quick.
Did.
You know, it was getting out there, getting your name out there, trying to make something sicker every single time.
I had to sell a lot of shitty pieces to learn how to make them not shitty. And if I couldn't have sold them, I couldn't have continued. The buyers needed time to be educated, and the blowers needed time to get good.
I tell people that I was getting a new case in, and I'd pull up to a lot, and I looked like the Pied Piper, because they would chase my car down. I'd have a trail of people running my car down before I parked to get a chance to try to get the first pieces that I haven't even seen yet.
You know, a lot of people really like to smoke.
Yeah, we do.
And then they see something really cool to smoke out of, and it blows their mind.
That's what got me started. Everyone always asks, what got you started? I was smoking, and then realized, wait, what the fuck? What do you mean there's art behind this? What do you mean there's an entire movement of people who love to smoke and want to make cooler things to do so out of?
In just a flash of the sunlight.
I had to plug my phone in. I just realized
in a case at a
I don't have the. I never plugged my phone back in after we went on the house tour.
Those guys started a whole different level of headpieces. That's a whole nother beast in this industry that we weren't doing. So it just shows that how big this industry really is. You know, it's $1 billion industry.
My company was making money and I didn't have to work, I didn't have to work. Things were going really good for me. And I was even planning for an early retirement, that was that plan. And then proof that DEA came and dragged me out of that at 6 in the morning. Took me off to jail.
One important facet of this case is the use of the internet by drug paraphernalia marketers. There's no easier way to reach young people to get around their parents than through the internet.
At my house, big beautiful mansion on the hill of Eugene, looking over the whole shit, bro, you know what I mean? I had built it up to a point. Yeah, it's like 6 a.m. I hear this fucking, super banging on the door, and I'm like, what the fuck is that,
I was right here in this house. They knocked on the door, 5 a.m., drug me out, threw me on the ground in my underwear. And that was the start.
Operation Pipe Dreams.
I was gonna shoot the dogs. I had to put them in the bathroom. I get hog-tied. I'm in my underwear, you know, and they got me in my house. And I remember it was, you know, super early in the morning when it was dark. It was just the weirdest, most surreal shit. Now the guys got their masks off. They got a table set up. Tell me about this paraphernalia. You know, I'm like, you see, there was a tube there with horses, like these beautiful fucking, like my own collection at my house. So they got me on my house. You know, and I'm like, this is like a beautiful fucking sculpture with horses on the back of it.
So this is a bong.
And at that point, I didn't even know what I was saying. You know, we were just going back and forth for a while. Got into jail. I had no clue what I was even locked up for real.
Takes a lot of hard work to get at these sites.
Fuck you.
But we can assure worried parents that today there are 11 .coms that are .gone.
You know, there's over 60 guys that came through my house with machine guns and everything else and SWAT gear. And I was like, wow, all for me?
All for me?
It was in the cell. You know, it's like this little TV that's behind this chicken wire motherfucking gate, you know, in the cell. You know, Jason Harris and Saeed Mahadi are arrested in Operation Pipe Dream, and along with, you know, all these other fools. And it's like, okay, now we're in trouble big time.
Ashcroft comes on, and he says, you know, today we took down 50 organizations that support terrorism.
What?
And I was just like, what?
One day we're rolling along, and the next day, nothing for months. The phone, you know, the phone didn't ring.
Operation Pipe Dreams it was just silly. It's silly. And most of it, I don't even think was about really glass pipes. It was about internet, the government not having total control. I mean, I guess they could walk into our store and control us, but, you know, on the internet it's kind of next to impossible.
There were definitely a few months there when pipe dreams happened that no one knew where to get rid of any of their work, and there was a massive panic that it would be the end of the scene, that we would all like starve and have to get jobs.
It depends on what we're doing. I'm confident in most things. Sometimes I have less confidence.
I've been in business for 8 years at that point, you know, and paying our taxes. I've been audited by the IRS. You know, I'm a respected businessman in the community. I'm bringing in, you know, I would paying out over $1 million in payroll that comes from outside the community into our town. And yeah, front page news, all of us coming out of the courthouse in orange jumpsuits looking at criminals.
Sorry for marketing. Sorry for being a salesperson and caring about.
Yeah, some people roll forward, some people roll back. It doesn't really matter.
Paying taxes.
Whether you roll towards you or away.
Doing all the
I do
things that
both.
Americans are supposed to do.
What I'm doing.
You gotta fight this, man. You know, they can't do that. They can't do that. And that was my favorite. They can't do that.
They can't do that.
No.
They already did.
They did. We're charged with 3 crimes: conspiracy to manufacture and distribute drug paraphernalia, intent to manufacture and distribute drug paraphernalia, and manufacturing it. So we thought about it, we tried to do it, and we did it. And they're all 3 separate charges.
Each carries a 5-year count. So now, if you're gonna take us to court, we're gonna spend some money doing this shit.
Now, if I had extra $300,000 in 5 years of my life, I could have probably fought it alone.
Maybe you'll win. You know, you'll be that 1/10 of 100%, you know, that might win. But if you lose, you're gonna give you all 5 years for each count. So you're doing 15 years. You might get out in 7.5 on good behavior.
So we went into court that day not knowing, you know, this is the same judge that sent Tommy Chong to jail for 9 months and was quoted as saying, anybody making, you know, drug paraphernalia needs to be behind bars. You know, so we went into court that day just scared shitless.
They were arresting artists based on the laws that the future owner was going to break, and so it was this kind of crazy concept of like, you know, why don't you shut down a gun company, or like, you know, stop Lockheed and Martin from making crazy missiles.
The whole industry took a step back and said, what are we doing? Can we keep doing this? Maybe we have to find another way to do this.
Can't sue a gun manufacturer for what somebody does with the gun. Why are they responsible for what somebody did with their piece of art?
On it. I mean, you know what I mean? Like, the whole implied intent thing really kind of shook everybody, and everyone just kind of paused game for a second. But what it did, honestly, was it pushed the culture underground even farther. Now, if you plead guilty, that's all we need, the guilty plea for the newspapers, all this shit. and if you plead guilty, we'll just give you 3 years. You know, and so that was my choices. So I'm like, it's guilty, you know what I mean? Let's go. Let's get this done. Let's get 3 years going. Get my mom came, you know, family, you know, I give them the list of people who owes me money, the keys to the fucking house, and I'm thinking I'm gonna get arrested and taken in that day, and they just gave me 6 months house arrest, but kept all the money seized out of the accounts.
Damn.
Which was hundreds of thousands of dollars.
It was a very weird, surreal experience to be so excited about being on house arrest for 6 months, you know.
I was on house arrest for 168 days.
Service, while at the same time they just took away my 8-year baby, you know, and my...
Oh, I haven't told y'all that story either.
The better part of my life at that point working on.
I can't say I have any regrets. I can't say I would have done anything different, you know, except for pump more product and.
But I meant that you made it early.
I don't know. I should have, you know, I don't know. That's it.
So what you missed, Mytho, they contacted people and started a website to start selling their pieces, and the feds cracked down on all of the people who were contributing to the website, pretty much claiming or charging them with the crimes of the people that they were sending these pipes to. So if it was illegal in the place they bought it from, they were getting charged with the crimes of the person there, as well as conspiracy to distribute, distributing, as well as yeah, a bunch of other stuff. Sky, you gotta let me see that. Oh God, he's so young. I've hung out with him a few times. That's Banjo.
Hey Slayer, how long are you guys gonna be before, you know, none of this is anything we have to worry about getting filmed?
This guy makes wild pieces.
Before this Operation Pipe Dreams, there was a lot of inspiration. You know, we had guys out there making the biggest, the baddest pieces they ever could do. And as Operation Pipe Dreams came into play, pipe stores and heady stores would not buy these very expensive pieces because they were worried that, you know, by having their money tied up in these big pieces, if something happened, they would be screwed.
You see where to heat them up. Get another one ready for me.
But as the industry slowly started creeping itself back, it was actually sort of a starving market for the head pieces at some point.
We're slow, we take our time, we charge money for that amount of time that we wait, sit around making sure it's just right. We don't just stick it together and slap and try to get done at the same time at all.
All we have to do is do this, and once we get put together, we'll be able to support the piece on those. Probably will be the pieces we live out, so we're going to start with that first. You guys are going to get this going.
Look at the heady pipe scene. I kind of think it was beginning around 96, 97. And where is it at now? 10 years later, you know, to think of it in terms of like children growing up. You know, only two. It's like learning how to share, trying to find your voice, learning how to talk at all. And now at 10, we're able to have conversations that make sense with adults, which would kind of be like where our art as pipe makers stands in relation to fine art, which would be the adults, you know, little kids. So we're just finally starting to open dialogue. I see there's hundreds and hundreds of young kids who make class art that know who they are and are looking up to them now. 7 years ago, they treated us like what we were, you know, 2 and 3 year olds, you know, and now they're starting to respect us like we're 10-year-olds, maybe.
How are you going to see them together now? This is all really different completely, right? Down here, we're doing some really large bars to make it try.
have a lot of respect for pipe makers. I identify with them. If I had been young and come upon glass at the same time, that's what I would think. At first, when I first met them, I didn't really understand how much of a movement it was. I kept telling them, you guys are all born 20 years too late. The hippie movement's already done. It's all been done back in the 60s and 70s. What are you doing here in the 90s? Without really understanding that the counterculture never really went away.
Yep.
It just was sort of come of age, reinvented by this new generation of young people.
And now all of the original old head hippies are fucking conservatives. Isn't that wild? How that happens?
Because again, I know we can do this. This is doable. It's 4:30 in the morning. We have 2 hours more of work. We're gonna get done by 6 a.m. Get 3 hours sleep and have breakfast together. Is everybody with me?
We'll take care of
I can't hear you.
This is somebody who had just done a fat line, and the rest of them are just like, no, fuck you. It's like, dude, it's 3 in the morning, please.
Got it. Chad, Trace. Yeah, I got this. Yeah, here you go.
Good night, Jay. Appreciate you being
Blowing
here.
glass is not all fun and games. You have to work through a lot of things, and it takes a lot of practice and hard work.
Oh yeah, we finished that piece all together.
Broken pieces. I've done it 3
Here,
or
I'll
4
show you.
times where I'm walking in the kiln with this piece I spent 2 days on, and it'll slip out of my glove or something.
Oh, I hate this.
Damn,
Is this when they break stuff?
Yeah, it's not all fun and games.
This is when they break stuff? Yes. Oh, I hate it. I hate
When you
it.
spend that much time in
hate it.
something, that's
Oh, I
art.
hate
You're
it.
pouring your heart and soul
They
into
have so
it.
many too. They have so many of these.
It's not like doing it over again. How fast did it take you? It's like we're not on a clock here. We're talking about making something that's never been made before.
I think what people are doing with pipes is awesome.
I hate it when they fucking sprinkle them in like that. You never know what's gonna happen.
I had a glass blowing student, and everything he made had to be a pipe. There's a little bit of a limitation in that if you're only seeing things this way, you know. So, in the same sense that pipe makers want people to broaden their vision, sometimes the pipe makers themselves need to broaden their vision and be ready to be able to do different forms. And I see more of that happening naturally.
I'd like to point out that I am one who is broadening my vision and expanding to streaming. I think that is an interesting point to point out, that the next wave of glassblowers have evolved to content creators and in making the pipes for the people who are purchasing them. I think that's a very cool evolution, and I'm very happy we're watching this together. I think that's a cool thing to homogenize the whole of it.
The pipe makers are always saying, I don't want to make pipes anymore, I want to make art. They're always talking about
I appreciate you, Beerus. Awesome name, awesome picture.
Black market.
Thank you for being here. I appreciate you saying such kind
And get
things.
into the mainstream. And it made me think that you guys should be careful what you wish for.
that,
You really
that's
don't
wild.
want to lose that.
Careful with your dreads, my guy. Your
Your
locks, see? I do it all the time still.
That's what makes it work.
They're
I've
locks
seen a
on
lot
them.
of really interesting pipes. I've seen things that probably shouldn't be pipes. They might be considered art if only they didn't have that damn bolt.
If only they didn't have that damn bolt pushed in them. That's how a lot of contemporary glassblowers feel about pipe makers. Is wow, you would really be an artist if you would just stop putting a bowl on it. And then that made pipe makers do it even more. And they're like, okay, well, I'm going to make even more artistic pieces and put a bowl on it. Funny thing about that is, I'll try to point it out, but one of the pieces they'll have here in the near future, somebody actually snuck in to a contemporary glass exhibit, won first place, and then made it clear that it was a functional piece, and almost had it that removed, almost had it taken away from them. But they're like, no, this is glass art. You said, and everyone voted, this is not only glass art, but it's the best glass art in the competition. And they're like, ooh, okay. I'll try to point it out which one it is when I see it. If I miss it, This is Salt's work. This is some of Salt's early work. You see the early eyes and the stuff, and then faces. It is an African woman with very, very long arms and a tubular body with pots around them. I think they're holding one, or there may be one next to them, but that's what the piece is. If I miss it, let me know that I missed it so we can go back to it so I can point everything out, because it's very cool how they hid the fact that it was functional and nobody knew that it was until he made them aware that it was. That's Salt's early work. Right, yeah, he almost had it taken away. But they were like, no. You voted. That right there is multimedia. So is this. Technically, this is cold working. So sandblasting, but imagery. Oh God. Bubbly. Imagery like that is also cold worked as well. You can sandblast images into things. But what I wanted to show you. This is called electroforming. You can, just like how you can plate most things in metal, they figured out how to do it with glass as well. And you can electroform and plate glass and bronze, or I think there's another metal you can do it with now, but in the beginning it was only bronze, and then you can silver fume the bronze as well. Or you can oxidize the bronze, not silver fume it, you can oxidize the bronze and get cool colors out of it. Multimedia. Oh no, your internet provider? Darth Vader.
I don't know, maybe I'll take it back. Maybe you can push bowls and whatever the hell you want, I don't care. But the minute you show me that it's a pipe, my initial response is, oh God, it's a pipe.
But the minute you should wait. I actually don't think it was this one that was entered, but this is the style it was made in. This is a functional pipe. And hopefully they show the next one.
That's my response. It's a gut response. Maybe it's valid and maybe it's not. But that is my response. Why make it a pipe?
That was the style that it was in. So I'll go back to it. Hopefully they show the one that was entered in the competition.
Valid and maybe it's not. But the minute you show me that it's a pipe, my initial response is, oh God, it's a pipe.
Okay, so I don't know if it's this one or this one. The top comes off, you load it here, you either load it there, and this is a carb hole where you put your finger on it. Either one of these, or it might have been this one over here, but this hat comes off. And there's a hole in the top of the head. And so with the caps on, with the hat on, you can't see that there's holes in it. So it just looks like a contemporary piece of glass art. But then at the very end of the show, I don't think he showed everyone, but he showed a couple people who then, of course, showed other people. And it got around to the judges, and they were like, yo, fuck you, that's the pipe.
Why did it have to be a pipe? That's my response. It's a gut response. Maybe it's valid and maybe it's not. But that is my response. Why make it a pipe?
What up, Jamie? So happy you found your way over here. I know it can be a challenge making your way over from there to here. The basilisk.
It would be a disrespect to all the people who collected my work in my early years to suddenly switch and not make pipes anymore when it was pipes that they supported me in making.
Good for you. Thank you, Bob, for your snotty. Oh, I totally forgot these were sitting over here. That's okay, they're just extra warm now. Sky, I'm going to show you the mushrooms.
Culture. It's a symbiosis that can't be separated. Otherwise, it just won't be the same. It won't have the same
spicy
power,
in there.
It won't have the same emotion behind it that drives me to make them to the levels that I do.
And remember, the color that they're stuck to is green, or it will be green when it's cooled down.
In the hierarchy
We'll do more like this. I just wanted to experiment and see how it looks with just a couple. We'll do little patches, little, maybe some fairy themes, maybe a little fairy home. Add a little fairy to one bigger one, maybe.
And then,
ooh, fairy home necklace.
In the microcosm of the glass world, you know, glass pipe making is like one of the lowest forms of glass that you can do in flame working.
Yep.
So, you know, that's what causes some controversy, like the form of it, the function of it, you know, how it's seen by everyday people, basically.
Yeah, I like doing realistic stuff, so we'll do more experiments with that. And I like how you look at it overhead. It looks like it's a world, you know, like a little atmosphere that we've created.
Know that behind the scenes there are a bunch of people making these crazy, elaborate, sculptural, functional objects.
When was this filmed? I need to remember. I need to figure out when this was filmed.
Doing more experimentation with their glass than a lot of
fairy crystals. Yep, we can do a little bit of everything.
It's not just the fact that you can't smoke out of it in terms of the actual physical function, it's more the philosophy.
Oh no, Mytho.
Pushing a bowl in it now connects it to this subculture.
What's the name of this show? Is Degenerate Art.
From the rest of the glass world, and there's resentment because there's all this potential.
He's being she's showing off. Throwing it around and shit. That's pulling a point. What he just did was pulling a point. So he's going to use the part that he pulled to control the rest of it. As where we use blow tubes, they just yank it off the fucking tube sometimes, and that I don't trust it. I've had them break on me before.
Because there's all this
I've had them break, and
there's some old timers who've been making their beads or their sculptures or whatever it is they make for all these years, using the old school techniques that their forefathers handed down or whatever shit. Of course,
or whatever shit.
Of some kids who don't even have like a background.
Which one? The pipe, Skyler?
Just
mushroom one we're making
coming
now?
up with, you know, fantastic new concepts and all these people.
That is a lathe behind him.
Of that.
This is what the big pieces get made on. This is why I say I can only work with so much, because they have giant machines that spin the pieces for them. So whenever people ask about foot-long pieces or 2-foot pieces, I could make a piece about this big. I can use, or maybe a little bit bigger, maybe about this big, and I would need to use this amount of the glass to blow out the big beaker of the bottom. But yes, I can do foot-long pieces, I can do larger pieces. It just hurts my arms. Because I end up having to go like this, you end up having to roll it with one hand, it gets very hot, you have to blow into it like this, yeah. Doable but difficult. I'll charge you more for it.
Ground or schooling or anything, just busting out and coming up.
That one will do for 45 shipped.
All these people alone in their garage have come up with some amazing innovative things that no glass blower ever thought of before.
Shipping cost ends up being most of the cost in most of these things. Hey, there's Luke and
the pipe market today.
That was actually not Marcel. That was
World Tomorrow.
I forget his name. I blew glass next to the guy that they just showed a second ago.
In the context of art, then it is art. You know, sometimes it's
that Paco?
subjects, but you know, placed in the right context, it is as legitimate.
Oh hell yeah, Skyler, all yours. What do we say? 45? If you want to make it, if you want to make it 60, we can do a matching pendant. Give you a little discount and make sure to have a cool couple pieces there, you know, as well.
That is quickly.
I like and don't like that sound at the same time.
Winning acceptance from the main.
Direct. He's a queer artist. He's a big bear now. He's a huge bear now. I love that. Seeing the difference between now and then. He's much bigger. He looks happier. He's got a big beard and he does lots of gay stuff. Love it.
There's no way
For sure, Scott.
Up until last Trump made it illegal or made it more difficult to make a living doing it, I say that it was the American dream. Working on your own terms, doing something you like to do, contributing creatively and artistically to the world, and being comfortable.
So if an alien came down from outer space and like saw like a headpiece by like one of you or one of your friends or something,
they probably would say, "How did you get this?
How did you get this?
Have you been on our planet?"
What makes a piece more artistic? If you think of a pipe,
It is Yushin, he's so young there, oh my god.
A skateboard trick.
I forgot how old this movie is.
Hip hop. You could think of it as any of those by incorporating that artistic element in all those different arts and putting them into your glass.
I know all of these people, y'all.
You've seen plenty of whack graffiti.
It's been a long time since I've hung out with them, but
sick tag, and it's like
they probably don't recognize me anymore. I'm not an active member in the scene really.
And
Nobody
point,
is since
that's where it
COVID,
becomes
but
art because a piece like that.
We've been to
They
similar
put out
shows and competitions. All of these people. That's actually St. Elmo's, I think. That's in Austin. That's St. Elmo's. That's no wait. Is that might be St. Elmo's?
You know, it's sort of like skateboarding.
Oh no, that's probably where Yushin is.
Frontside flip down a 15 stick. He makes it look so easy. You can almost go, wow, I can do that. You know, it's almost like that. Like when I saw Chad.
Appreciate you, Skylar.
I think maybe I could.
Get hashtag Skylar in the chat. Scooping a piece. Sold before cold. Either a hashtag sold before, or we don't even have to have hashtags. You can either sold before cold it or Skylar. But I do like sold before cold. Dosh World.
So what's the plan? You're gonna blow some glass.
We're gonna blow some glass.
Alright, well let's separate.
Sold before cold.
And get it, we kill him?
Yeah.
And then start looking at the track.
Oh yeah, beers for sure. Anything that I make is available.
And I show them stuff that I've made, and they're just like, this is crazy.
Oh shit, my bad, y'all. I totally did not look over that entire time.
But that wasn't making hype then.
Skylar broke the stream.
Time wants to create. I've just seen more untamed than the traditional form for glass art. It seems like the possibilities are so much more limitless.
A blues clue, that's hilarious. Little conference.
There's still this like logical side of me that really likes to wrap that energy around the idea of a tool.
Yo, what's up, buddy? How you doing? I'm working on my third piece right now.
Yeah, buddy. Like so much.
Yeah, buddy.
Inspiration.
I love that.
The reason that I do so much of this is that I'm making this tool that people are taking out and they're having moments with it, like experiences. And from what I've gathered, they're incredibly positive experiences. You know, where people are like getting together and taking a moment to like relax from their day-to-day like grind and patterns that they fall into, and they're taking a break to like elevate their minds and chat some story with some people or whatever. Just take like a deep breath, and they're gonna have this tool, and generally people, it's like their favorite tool. Like they really start to like make a connection with it. That'll be their most amazing thing.
I appreciate you,
So much
Skylar.
energy
I'm very happy to have all of y'all, and very excited for the things to come, because we are very, very young.
Do you believe that
in our
should be perhaps in galleries instead of
our journey? Fuck yeah, long time ago. I mean, you could just stick a spoon in a gallery, really. I mean, what the fuck is art? So it's just like you could put a pile of broken glass. Like Paco said, it used to be a pipe.
It used to be a pipe.
I think
should have been a long time
ago.
I'm not surprised.
It used to be a pipe, it's just a pile of glass. That's my art installation, pile of glass.
And unspent.
Oh, the new Percy Jackson, right. That looks so good. And they actually have like a pretty solid casting for it as well. Hopefully they don't deviate from it. They need to keep like to the book. Let me grab some water real quick. Ooh, gallery. I'll have to pull up the pictures from when I went to the gallery, when I bought, or when I had that.
There's been a really great group of artists that have really ventured out to finally have their own voices. Like they all started at these same roots, but then finally like moved on to like being individuals. And Smoke Volume 1 was something that I
same with Avatar.
That we can show people
the new live action for Avatar.
Everyone's concepts and
casting is beautiful, but I'm still afraid for it.
And you can see
I'm very afraid of what the bending is going to look like.
Differences from the East and West Coast and their styles. And pretty much Easy Street here in New York is the same idea of Smoke Volume. It's giving a place for artists to showcase their work, just to really highlight individuals.
You want to try and be in a museum, you want to try and do this, you got to come correct, dude. You know what I mean? You got to know your shit. You can't just fucking, think because you could lay down a bunch of techniques that you're making some kind of fucking statement in the history of man, I went to art school. I know a lot of people in the art school world, and they know nothing about what's going on. Basically,
yeah, do you even think you are not even leaving a mark on mankind like that, even somehow?
People that are figures in the world of higher culture or art culture.
Wait, Disney is doing the Avatar?
They need to know what's going on, and
the
not
new
only that, but
Airbender?
it needs to be presented properly.
I don't know how I feel about that. I mean, Disney's been doing really good things with giving productions a lot of money to do things with, like Skywalker or not Skywalker, Obi-Wan Kenobi and all the new Star Wars stuff and all that. So if it's like that, I'm fine with it. So as long as it's like movie accurate, they just throw money at it. That's cool by me. I'm fine with the fucking mouse owning that, so long as it's done right, and they just throw money at it.
Or my art habit. I make stuff that I feel like.
Oh, Disney's doing Percy Jackson. Gotcha.
Before I die, whether it sells or not. As long as I can keep eating and keep blowing glass, that's all that matters.
Pipe chose me.
Good. Okay. Yeah.
I just ran with it, and I've been running with it ever since.
I always like it when people are involved in the making of it.
Drawing me in, and I can do other things non-type. Don't get me wrong.
I think I need to get more propane today.
There's just I just for the
just to be
challenge.
safe.
I guess there's a challenge in it each and every time.
Maybe go swap out the two that I have that are empty. They're salt again.
Crazier.
That was on the left
more
a second
artistic
ago.
and becoming more accepted, which is a beautiful thing.
Darlene Peralta.
So it's going to make all of our jobs a little easier. So I'm down for the whole revolution of it all. So.
It is only a matter of time. It is a countdown of number of years until pipes will be seen as art. Pipes will be seen as a massive movement of Americana and will be valued by the Smithsonian and all these museums across the world.
It's finally happening.
I refuse to stop.
It took another 20 or another decade from when he said it there. And it took about 20 years from its creation.
You have to sort of be in the know to even know it exists. Graffiti was done in public space, but pipes are very private. It's illegal and it has to be hidden from society and from authorities, so the public has no idea it exists. I see the future. 20 years from now, people are going to watch this film, and there's going to be a bunch of characters in this film that are going to be doing significant art probably way beyond the pipe.
Yep.
That are going to be like world famous known artists that are, really respected.
Yep.
Just like the graffiti art movement seen the same thing, and Tony Hawk's got a video game, you know.
Yeah, there's TV shows now.
People want to fight for the legalization, but at the same time, people love that rebellious thing to it because, you know, there isn't many rebellious things you can do in our society anymore. Rebellion has been sold out through and through, and this is one of the last things that, you know, it's not.
Rebellion has been sold out. I like that. I like that a lot. Rebellion has been sold out.
This is what's going on. People are using pipe as a vessel to carry ideas, to show their technique, you know, and the fact that it's a pipe is not necessarily
Lucan!
an thing.
He's so young there. He's got like 3 kids now.
Use it to appreciate.
He's like my age there. Jesus.
To my right over here is Snick. To my left is Zach Klugowitz. These guys are also like good friends of mine, so that definitely helps. And one of the basic ideas that we're
Such a
focusing
nice
on is
dude.
survival. Like this character that we're making is like, he's a survivor, you know, he's got like, everything's kind of like crumbling around him, but he's like, he's tough, he's strong, he's moving on, and he's like, you know, he takes those lumps of whatever happens to him and like uses it to be smarter and be stronger, and that's kind of what we're focusing on. This piece is made up of 19 different pipes. This is a working piece. This guy up here.
Is that, yeah, that's Saitama. That's my boyfriend.
People who are.
That's also our workout goal.
Bottom line is the people who make pipes that are in this scene are driven, they're young, they're creative. And I want to try to branch out completely because I feel a connection to pipes and I want to like participate in the pipe movement. You know, I'm excited about it.
Right now I'm working.
Wait, after TOH, what's TOH?
Deppy and Jeremy in there.
To T,
Badass Neo Glass Blower. And we're working on a fiery piece.
I haven't seen it actually. Should I watch it?
I come from a long line of family members who've been pipe makers since the early 90s, you know? And so I grew up around it and in it all the time. And
Yeah.
I've always been into art, and so that's kind of, I always knew I was going to blow glass. Always, like since I was 10 years old, I wanted to be a glass blower.
The Owl House. Is it on anything now? I wouldn't be against
right now,
watching
it's
it
underground, but
on stream.
they're gonna be
But then again, we got to be careful with
they're gonna be
copyright
part
still.
of history, part of American history, and people are gonna see that for sure. I feel that.
I got a love for it when I got my first spoon pipe.
Oh, gotcha. I don't have.
How much did that one spoon cost?
Do not have.
It was like $35 or something.
What's the most expensive piece you sold?
$18,000.
And did you ever think you'd like?
And the most expensive piece ever sold now was $1 million, or $1.2 million, I think.
You make or even see a glass pipe go for that much money?
Yeah, didn't even occur to me.
18,000 is like typical now. 18,000 happens all day long.
To make a piece of art and wait for it to sell versus making a really cool pipe and having it sell, there's a big difference.
I've seen that piece in person.
Having a piece of art sitting around waiting to sell doesn't pay for gymnastics. So, yeah, my daughter likes gymnastics. That was a really interesting conversation after Dare, where you have the police officer.
Oh, I would not be against that. We could do that. We could share passwords and such. Maybe not tonight. I'd have to download the app and everything.
And then she goes home
yeah,
and she sees
not against that.
100 of them sitting on the shelf. And that's what she's doing. And I put clothes.
It is definitely asking for copyright, but you gotta be careful.
And then she's like,
I think we can play an episode at a time.
The rest of society thinks that we're bad
of some things,
you know,
not popular
dad
stuff. It
black.
can't be things that are like
provides for his family.
Popular now. It will
I don't
for
see
sure
what I'm
get.
doing is wrong.
One of my favorite pictures. I want to get this poster someday. I can't ever find it though. Right,
It's
yeah.
successful, established.
Well,
American contemporary flame
we'll figure out
washers.
how to do not postable streams eventually too, because I thought that's what I was doing when we were doing this now, but they keep uploading. I don't know how to make them not upload every time we finish a live stream. We'll figure it out.
Just super cool.
I thought there was an option for it, and I thought I clicked that option, but it kept doing it.
A real
He's so young, oh my god.
To the pipe scene, as far as I can tell, you know, they found success, you know, without pipes, and they'd like to see us find success too, and so they tell us the things that they've done and what ways we might be able to be more acceptable in a larger, you know.
It's funny, when I first watched this, I wasn't a glass blower.
You know, like he likened it to getting on the freeway ramp and driving around in town, you know, when pipe makers driving around town.
This is what made me want to be a glass blower.
Afraid to get on that expressway ramp where you get out into the fast traffic and the serious competition.
The fact that I recognized some
that
pieces
was
and I recognized some people,
you know,
I was like, I gotta do this. That's a huge kiln. Those kilns are very expensive.
It's assimilated before a revolution becomes mainstream. You know, trying to drag out as long as possible. That's, you know, that was majorly influential.
Lucy liked that. She got excited when I was doing that.
Passion was basically my #1 belief. So, I mean, half of the pieces that we make today, you can't even tell they're pipes. You know what I mean? Like, art is in the eye of the beholder, so.
I'll end up in the mountains. I'll end up being able to do this after blowing glass soon enough.
I walked out to a shop out in Alcee where Banjo and Chaz and Obadiah and Sheepdog and oh, I'm getting down there. Oh, anyway, all those guys were hanging out in this barn.
Honestly, probably one of the best in the game. Still.
I like walked in, I'm like, what the hell is this, dude? You guys are just hanging out like.
He makes lifelike representations of skeletons.
All day and, like, listen to
so, saber-toothed tiger, dinosaurs,
sign me up.
Fish, anglerfish, you'll see.
School techniques that, you know,
I'll for sure
keeping at the time.
I have to show y'all some of his
then,
work. One of my favorites.
There, I moved out here.
I cannot afford their pieces though.
You know, I had a lot of private distributors and a lot of good people buying my glass. So I never really had to enter the true scene itself.
Oh yeah, we'll do scary movies. We'll do so y'all remember how there was the Halloween crossover of the Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy? We'll do that. We'll do the spooky shows. We'll do Halloween Town. I don't care if some of those get copyrighted. We'll deal with that when it happens. But yeah, I'll do dress up. We'll do costumes. We'll carve pumpkins. Yeah, I plan on doing all the fun stuff, and very much looking forward to doing so. We'll do the pumpkins on the stream. We'll carve pumpkins. We'll make pumpkin seeds. We can go trick or treating. I go trick or treating every year still. Yeah, every year. What should I be for Halloween this year? Speaking of, that's coming up in 2 months. I've got a beard and a goatee now. We should do something with. We should do something with this before cutting it off. Maybe grow it out a little bit more and do something with it, and then cut it off after Halloween, because this is too good to not do a character with or something. Maybe Lord Ozai, Fire Lord Ozai from Avatar. Get a big gown with the fucking shoulder pads. Put my hair up. I'd have to shave my mustache though. He doesn't have a mustache. Aizawa has full shaved face is the only thing. That's full shaved. Y'all have never seen me like that. I'll look my age if I shave my face fully. I don't know if we will end up shaving my face fully. I'd like to keep the mustache at least. I do have the makings of a Jack Sparrow. Aizawa was kind of challenging too. I've tried to put together an Aizawa cosplay a couple times. We could do it. Definitely possible. We can just do a bunch of costume making as well. We can do some nights of costume making too. Do some different arts and craft nights.
And it's been really, really cool.
Aizawa with a beard, yeah. This is
one of the main reasons. Oh,
that was one of Buck's fishes.
Lately, kind of found out about me.
There's a lemur.
It's been really, really cool. Really cool.
Shit's wild, right? And they've only gotten better from them. This is 10 years ago. He's had 10 years since then to get even better, and I will have to show y'all some of his pieces now. They're actual scaled down replicas of dinosaurs, skeletons, of fish, of animals, cats, like bats. He did a big bat, he did a big lion. If y'all know who Dan Bilzerian is, the fucking millionaire womanizer rich dude, he had him commission a chandelier for him, and also has the lion head hanging on his wall. The lion head is functional. You can take it off the wall and you can hit it, literally hit the lion head. You can smoke out of it. Shit's wild.
One of the main reasons.
There's Banjo right here. I've seen this piece in real life at the Escalante, George Escalante gallery.
All of us are like, where we are is just exposure, you know? I mean, we're making awesome stuff, it's just like no one's really seeing it, you know? The pipe ones.
Hey, so how old do you think I am? Nobody say it. Nobody say it.
Any day now.
How old do you think I am?
Wake up and be like,
this is a fun game.
They're throwing down.
He's like,
the progression is gonna get faster and faster the more we all keep hanging out.
And I don't take offense either, don't worry.
Of us in this industry
Look at
that
that.
know how to kick around
That's a pipe.
borosilicate glass like this. So what I see is we just need to team
28.
up
Good
and
guess.
make the biggest
Good guess. I'm
stuff
27.
in history, you know?
I just turned 27. Well, I shouldn't say I just turned 27. It was like 3 or 4 months ago. 3 months ago? 2 months ago? Hi, Lucy. You gotta get closer. You gotta say hi. That's what Lucy does. Y'all see how she just came up and put her hands on me? It was like, I need attention. Yeah, give me the other one. Ah, you stood up. What? You scared me. I wasn't expecting her to stand up. Hi, Lucy. Hi, baby. I was not expecting her to jump up like that. That was funny. So I did that earlier. I bent down to like put my shoe on or something. I had my arm on my leg like this, and she walked up behind and put her head through, and then looked at me and tried crawling through my arm. It was fucking hilarious. Yeah, so I know all those people. I've met them before. I wouldn't say I know them. That knowing
to be back in action?
Knowing elicits familiarity. I'm no longer familiar with any of them, actually. But yeah, that's Degenerate Art. That is the brief history of where my craft came from. There's another show out right now that is also documenting where it's come since then. Cool stuff. I'm pretty sure we can watch more things like this as well. We can do like more documentaries and, you know, travel things. Let's see if we can watch some bizarre foods. Do y'all like bizarre foods like Anthony Bourdain and like food around the world type stuff? Oh, 1883. We'll do that real quick. Yeah. I'll put the trailer. Oh shit, 18. I'll put the trailer on, so we won't be able to find the actual scenes. Obviously, the scenes would be longer, and I might be able to find them eventually. But 1833, no, 1883. Which one is the long one? Official trailer. Okay. I'll try to point it out. You can see me 2 or 3 times in the trailer. My nose piercing is off center. pardon my pick. Fixing my nose ring.
See, I was just sitting and watch. You look like you had it figured. Thanks for the help.
It was so fucking hot when we filmed this. There's me, right there. I'll get closer. I'll hang on. Let's see. Y'all see my fucking hair? That's how you can tell it's me, right? Because of my hair. And the top hat, you see it? I was in a full 3-piece suit with a cane and everything and a top hat. Hang on, let me put this down and focus it better so it's not all shaky and I can play it. Okay, there's me. We'll scroll back just a little bit.
See, I was just sitting and watch. You look like you had it figured. Thanks for the help.
Alright, there's me.
DJ, you done? Yes, sir.
And then there's me again. Hang on, we'll show. That was me in the bottom corner that time.
Thanks for the help.
Like one right after the other. Hey, I wasn't ready for it that time. You gotta see, I did a whole backstory to this character and everything. He has a limp, and that's why I have the cane.
Thanks for the help.
And I'm talking to that guy right there.
DJ, you done?
And then there's me right there. Boop. They pretty much dressed me up like Bram Stoker's Dracula. Because with the beard and the hair, they were like, look, you're gonna stand out. So we're gonna... There's me. Sam Elliott is literally like right here. I'll show you, but yeah, there's me. I'll show you the close up of my face there.
Mind if we speak? Whatever you're selling, I ain't buying. Thanks for the help. DJ, you good? Yes, sir.
There's me.
Mind if we speak? Whatever you're selling, I ain't buying.
Where else? I think there's one other scene.
I'm gonna keep heading north till I find country's worth the journey.
Where you can see me in the horse race part of this.
I admire your courage. But you gotta pick a fight. You can't win before.
Oh, this will probably get copyright now that I think about it.
What's that?
That's okay.
Not sure. But I'd sure hate you don't have it when we find out. This journey will be dangerous all the way to Oregon.
The top hat, right?
I believe you.
I think there's one more part where you can.
I believe in our daughter. That's all.
That's okay. We're not going to show the names and everything. But yeah, that's me. You can see me in the show for a lot longer. There's one scene where they're eating on the inside of that restaurant that they had that close up of me on, and I am right over the shoulder of Sam Elliott while they're talking throughout that whole scene. You can see me eating some schmeckin', eating a big old piece of chicken. Oop. But yeah, isn't that funny? That's how you can tell it was me, the fucking hair. What do you mean copyright? That's literally me. Oh, funny stuff. Yeah, that's the closest. That's like the most clear you can see me in. Actually, I take that back. I was in a house flipping show. By the way, all the house flipping shows are scripted. Any of the shows that people like do live bids on, yeah, it's all scripted. I was on one of them. I was a house buyer. You can see me in the entire. It was like Texas Flippin' Move is the show, I think it was, and it was on the Country Channel. Honestly, I think if you type that in, it'll pull up. I forget what episode it was though. It's Texas Flippin' Move. Season 5 something. Texas Flippin' Move. Whatever. I'll try to find it later. I won't make y'all watch me type words. We'll just go back to how it's made for now. But yeah, I used to do a bunch of extra work and a bunch of extra gig work. Would like to do more of it. Would be very down to do more of it. I never found the scene I was in for the Jessica Biel movie or the show, whatever it was. It was called Next Summer. I don't even know if it ever premiered or came out. Sometimes things don't even release after they get filmed. Oh, really? She got mad at you? Yeah, because you ruined the atmosphere or whatever. Is the pawn shop or the storage wars or yeah, all that. All scripted. Yeah, I was about to put that back on. It's does not get struck since it's on here already. We're watching it on the app that we're about to put it back on to. So. Oh wait, no, I take that back. Are we gonna try like bizarre foods? Did y'all end up saying you like bizarre foods and stuff? It was HGTV. It wasn't the Country Channel. I think it was HGTV. It was Texas Flippin' Move on HGTV, but it was also on the Country Channel because we have a fucking country channel down here in the South where it's just all hunting and fishing and home renovation. Bizarre foods? Cool. Yeah, we'll do... Let's see if we can find some bizarre foods with Andrew Dudson. Wait, what? Oh, yeah, I was gonna say. Preview only. Or 45 episodes. Or 45 episodes of it.
Let me want you to customize my car insurance.
Yes!
I only pay for what I need.
Oh, Mythbusters, yeah, we'll put that on the list. I'll start a list because I had a list started in my mind earlier, but now there's too many to go on. I'll literally start a list right now. Hang on. Oh, oops, what was that? I forgot I actually did start a list.
You're going to school.
There's
you pay for what you need.
Max Keeble's Big Move already on here, but that would get copyright struck. We're trying to look for things. We're trying to look for things that won't get struck. So
buying the one at your Nissan store.
Mythbusters.
Love may be forever, but these offers are not.
It's been forever since I've written words. Oh god. Mythbusters, we'll see if this works. And we'll, like, if this works, I love stuff like this. We'll do all kinds of stuff like this. Mythbusters, the new Mythbusters that they have online. This is so loud.
And the taste of all that ballpark food.
Hey, peanuts! Ice cold lemonade!
Hey, peanuts!
In stadiums across the country, fans can find out.
Oh yeah, we can do diner drive-ins, like all of the food shows. The what was fucking Mark, whatever his name, Mark, not Anthony. When they do the candy, Mark Summers. Hi, I'm Mark Summers, and this is. You tell me his last name, but you don't tell me the name of the show. Good Eats. Fuck me, that was my favorite show back in the day. Good Eats. Hi, I'm Mark Summers, and this is Good Eats. Today on Good Eats. Yep. And they do the different how the food is made. Specifically how it's made, but for fucking food. Yeah. Well, I'm writing that down too. Good Eats. Good Eats, good shit. Yeah, it was definitely Good Eats, hell yeah.
Flavors.
Get your California rolls here!
And even fine fare.
Oh,
It's
speaking of
all part
snacks,
the
I
experience.
got a bunch of snacks today. I'm gonna grab
You'll
some
see
chips.
just what we mean as we take you to 10 big league ballparks to learn what baseball greats like Nolan Ryan, Larry Dierker, and Louis Tiant are pitching to their fans. Peanuts! Meet a peanut vendor with a major league arm and try to find fans brave enough to sample one of Colorado's most famous deep-fried delicacies.
I'm Andrew Zimmern, and for the next hour, I'll be your host for World's Best Ballpark Foods. Let us take you out to the ball game and into the wonderful world of fabulous fan fare.
So I may have gone a little overboard on my snack purchases this last time. I might have been a little stoned. But I saved it with my foot. I don't know if y'all saw that. No, you didn't. You couldn't. When it dropped, I fucking caught it with my foot and brought it down. Thick Newtons. We got cheddar cheese Pringles. We got sour cream and onion Pringles. We got scorching cheddar Pringles. And then the one that I dropped is the salt and vinegar.
The tradition of the game. And when it comes
also, honey mustard and onion flavored pretzel pieces.
New York fans
that I thought
never
would be
at a loss
fucking
for words.
amazing. That
It's
sounds
no
like
secret.
all
New York City
things
is
that I
famous for
like.
its street food vendors hawking their delicacies on almost every major street corner. Now this tradition
What should we
has been
start
taken
with?
to
I'm gonna
heart
start with
here
one
at
of
Yankee
these.
Stadium, where the concessions offer real streetwise fare to the fans of Big Apple baseball.
That's why we've chosen the house that Ruth built, Yankee Stadium, as the ballpark offering the best street eats. Here, you can find everything from hot dogs to deli sandwiches and pretzels.
Oh, yeah, BattleBots. BattleBots, 100%.
At the ballpark, the best pizza is found at Famous Familia. We're gonna go behind the counter to see what makes this pizza so special.
I make a pizza for you.
New York pizza has a style.
Yeah, that would be a very fun thing to watch as
bubbly
well.
Cheese, there's nothing like it. The secret to their success? John Cola says it's all in the family.
The babies in your family, are they
Unwrapped. It was unwrapped.
My son at 3 years
Good
old.
Eats and Unwrapped.
In
Unwrapped
true
was the
Italian style,
specifically
the recipes are handed down from one generation
was
to
specifically
the
the candy.
Secret ingredients and sauce. Just like Mama taught us.
The pie is topped with
I'm
a
gonna
mountain of
open.
cheese, and then it heads to
I haven't
the
had the cheddar cheese yet. Actually, I don't think so. I'm gonna try those.
The smell of a baking pizza
I don't
is
have
enough to
anywhere to
draw
put all
the
these.
crowds, but the taste keeps them coming back for more.
One piece will not do it. You need the whole pie.
You need the whole pie?
My friend, enjoy. Bon appetit. That's the round.
But you like some too, huh?
In fact, once you see it, once you smell it, you have to try it.
Nah, I need Barstool Sports to give me a number count on it. He fed it to him and he one-upped him by kissing him. I fucking love that. That's hilarious. That's look, he wants to kiss him back. You see how he looked at him back? You see how he looked at him after what? Look. He goes back in. Look.
Forget about it.
And now he's like, oh, I don't know how to feel. Did you see him blush? He was blushing so hard.
Outside the stadium.
Oh, I gotta
Hilarious.
I love salt pretzels.
That was amazing. That was amazing to witness.
Salt and unsalted. Oh, salt, of course.
With or without mustard, it's the perfect snack for the fan on the move.
Honestly, leftover Chinese is dank though.
Fast, and you don't have to wait online.
Exactly.
This is starting to come out this way, and I'm happy about that. We're starting to get
But fans don't have to stop their feeding frenzy on the streets.
out to the side.
Vendors have parked their carts inside the stadium
I have
as well,
titties,
where they offer everything
which
from
is a
hot
very
dogs
cool
to
thing
hot
for a
pastrami,
non-binary
and it
person
all
to
gets
have.
the same reaction.
Who is
Yankee Stadium
AMAP.
is the place where you can get a true taste of New York, right down to kosher hot dogs and knishes.
That's some gender euphoria right there. I got titties now.
Been around for over 100 years. The best. It's the best.
Although it is a little difficult to describe.
What is a knish? A knish is some sort of potato-filled, doughy.
Celebrity Deathmatch and Mad TV.
The $6 giveaway deal at Burger King is
We watched all that earlier.
Or a rodeo double cheeseburger. Win. Plus fries.
Please, you want chip? You'll come up here though.
Win.
Over here.
All new $6 giveaway deal. It's a win-win.
Yeah, come
Only at
on.
Burger King.
Be a little T-Rex. Ah! Marley, come here. Over here.
Unconfirmed connecting rooms.
Come on.
Extra
Over
large
here.
closet. Or, you know, your family.
When you need a connecting room for whatever reason.
Why do they? You're such a weird. Why do y'all do that? They like T-Rex. They fucking.
And
Come
whether you
on.
can
No.
describe
You
it or
already
not,
got
the
one.
kosher carts around
Marley,
the
come here.
stadium let everyone enjoy a day at the park. Everything here is about making the fans happy, and the sweetest way to do that is with the home-baked.
Oh, it was too far away, wasn't I?
family-run business, Fleetwood Bakery.
Oh, it was too far away. We'll do it again
They
later.
love the black and whites, especially the blue and whites, the Yankee colors. You can see that they go crazy.
Now that's a traditional
Yeah,
New York
get in
City
and go.
cookie, though.
Absolutely. Black and white is well known.
Although there is some debate about the best way to eat it.
Some people like the vanilla side, some people like the
Sky,
chocolate
yep.
side. The key is getting both. with
Same,
each
but
side.
different.
There's a lot to savor at
Flip
Yankee
it.
Stadium, a place where foods like pizzas, pretzels, knishes, and cookies all come together in what some might call a feast from the streets. It's all good, and there's plenty for everyone. So
Damn,
find
these
your
cheddar
favorite
ones are
and,
really,
well,
really good.
Forget about it.
Oh, girl, boy. I'm Italian on my mom's side as
Not
well,
an
by the
ounce
way.
of Southern charm was lost on Atlanta's Turner Field.
That's why my
It's a
arms are
place
so
where
hairy.
The big idea is to make fans feel right at home. Down home, that is. And before each game, they're welcomed with a fantastic pre-game pep rally.
Things really get cooking, literally, once we go inside the stadium. Atlanta
Yeah,
is the
he's
home
he's
of
so
the South,
cute.
after all.
He's
and
so
down
cute.
home
Look at
Southern
him.
Cooking is always the biggest hit of this fantastic
He looks
park.
so
That's
put
why we've
together,
chosen
so
Turner
nice.
Field as the ballpark offering the best down-home dining in the league.
Heads or tails?
Around every corner,
Call it.
fans find the flavors that made the South famous, and it's all served up with a heaping helping of hospitality.
Yeah, this is gourmet baseball dining, right?
It's hard to find. this
Sorry,
kind
I
of
shouldn't
cooking
do that.
north
That's
of the
rude.
Mason-Dixon line. The woman who makes it all happen, Judy Moline.
That's rude. I apologize. I shouldn't do that.
Challenge in getting all the food ready on a
Sometimes
big stadium.
sometimes you can't help yourself, especially when it's noises like that.
It always looks fresh and delicious. So, because you know, our guests eat with their eyes first.
I didn't do it so much as a making fun thing, but I wanted to try to make that sound way.
From the members-only 755 Club, serving up hearty specialties like fried chicken.
The dogs are
cornbread, and
standing
sweet
behind me
potatoes,
now because they think the longer they wait around, the more
to the
chance
heart
there
of
is
the
for them to get
concessions,
food. Which is
where
true.
They offer up some definite down-home delicacies.
But I don't care how cute you are. You already got
All the heavy
a
hitters
Pringle.
are here.
I'll give you another
Now,
Pringle
while
later.
there are many southern foods sprinkled all around Turner Field, nothing is more traditionally
boiled
southern
peanuts?
than boiled peanuts.
How do you eat
a
boiled
smoked
peanuts?
roasted turkey leg, and roasted
Oh,
corn
roast
on the
corn is my
cob.
fucking favorite. How do you eat boiled peanuts? Do you peel them? Or are you supposed to eat the stuff inside them?
That's southern.
Look at this guy just standing there.
Yep, Turner Field even butters up fans with roasted corn. Vendors stay busy husking, buttering, and salting countless cobs.
Ecolalia, exactly.
We smoke everything in-house.
And no
Ecolalia said I can do it better
Southern
and
Stadium
louder.
would be complete without cranking up the smoker.
See, and that's a bad thing
You
too.
see,
Is a lot of people
down
when that
here,
happens,
folks
is thinks
take
you're
the
making
barbecue
making fun of
seriously
them.
as
Like
baseball.
I've had that
And
happen
Turner
before.
Field,
Someone was like, "Why'd you just make fun of my laugh?" And I was like, "Oh, I'm not. I actually liked it. I wanted to try and copy the sound, but I see now how that came off."
Yeah, bag of nuts.
It may be a game on the field, but for manager
Do you just
Bill
pop the
McClure,
whole boiled
it's
peanut in
serious
your mouth?
business up here, as
Or do you
ribs,
peel it like normal
brisket,
stuff?
and turkey
Oh, look
legs
at those
are slow
strips.
smoked to
Let me
perfection.
put my fucking.
Wow.
Oh
those
yeah.
back ribs?
Ooh.
Those are baby back ribs. We serve about
You open the
200
shell,
pounds
okay,
of
just
them a
like
day.
regular.
The brisket is smoked in-house, chopped, and of course is the base for our barbecue sandwich.
Well, those
Is it
look
a different
fabulous.
texture
I can't
than,
wait
like,
to try them.
regular
Apparently, you've
peanuts?
got the best seat in the house, right overlooking right
I'm gonna
field.
try these now.
We do, and we have a table all set up for you right now.
Perfect.
Honey
Now
mustard
that's hospitality.
and
Over in
onion
left field
pretzel
is the
bits.
755 Club. They like to eat their southern traditional foods with a fork and a knife. But over here in right field,
This
at
is
the
making me
Chop
hungry.
House, the barbecue.
Are y'all
pork
eating snacks now
sandwich,
too?
The ribs, the sweet tea is best
This is
consumed
dangerous.
with the hands.
Oh, I was hoping these were gonna be like the ones that were like tinted yellow. Yeah, good.
Oh, that's smoky
Oh, yeah.
and delicious. Hey, that's
Hey,
a
yo!
ball!
And for as much fun as you can have in the boxes or the bleachers, Turner Field has a special place for those who just want to sit back and relax.
But it's nothing like sitting on your porch swing,
It's exactly
listening to
what I
a
wanted.
Braves game, having your sweet iced
It tastes
tea,
like-
corn on the cob, your turkey legs, and just
This
enjoy-
is honey mustard on. This is honey mustard pretzels. This is literally like honey mustard from Wendy's, who has really, really good honey mustard. I'm a sauce aficionado. Wendy's has really, really... Is that what he looks like now? Wow, he looks amazing. Dad? Dad? He lost all that weight and got a nice beard now. Look at him, all salt and pepper. This is Wendy's honey mustard pretzel, pretty much. And that's exactly what I was hoping for. I'm happy I got these. I got them on Amazon, for anybody wondering. Amazon Fresh. Right, Beers? I appreciate you being here. You know where to find us. Will y'all watch out and you scoot back a little
day
bit?
at the
You're crowding
ballpark is
me.
always
I'll
cause
get
for
Watch out.
celebration.
I'll give you more in a little bit. You're being needy.
And when that party gets a healthy dose of Florida sunshine, everything becomes a whole lot hotter.
And the onion gives it a little kick too. The onion has like a little spice
When
to
you
it.
think of America's pastime, you think of the crack of the bat, the umpire's call, the roar of the crowd.
These are delicious.
But in
These
Miami,
are exactly
Florida,
what I
a day
wanted.
at the stadium.
These are really good for you too. They're just
Stadium
pretzel bits.
Also includes some of the spiciest sights, sounds, and smells the league has to offer.
That's how I used to dress. I'll leave it there for a second just so y'all can take it in. Basketball shorts. And a shirt that was way too big for me. I think he has his sleeves rolled up though. I didn't used to do that. I had a shaved head too. I used to shave my head. Like, not bald, but like a buzz cut.
The influence of Miami's diverse Hispanic culture is all around the park, and there's a hot flavor to the food that the fans just can't get enough of. That's why we've chosen
Have you tried the
Pro
honey
Player
barbecue
Stadium
twist?
as the ballpark
I
with
just
the
bit
best spicy
the honey
Latin
barbecue twist.
sensations.
The Frito-Lay brand
For the
honey barbecue
pregame
twists.
warm-ups,
Those are really,
fans
really
head
good.
to the Fiesta Latina, held before every Saturday home game. As the
Popeyes
music and
has good
dancing
sauce as
heat
well,
up,
yeah.
Everyone is invited to try Chef Orlando Morales'
Golden Chick. If you ever see a golden chick, go try their catfish. Ooh, yum.
Evening and watch the ball game.
Okay, I need a little bit more of this and then I'll put them away.
United States is
We gotta actually blow some glass.
It's truly a place where cultures converge.
We've got people from Venezuela, we've got people from Mexico, people from Panama, Puerto Rico, the islands, Cuba.
Everyone lines up for foods like roast suckling
Cuba!
pig, black beans and rice, plantains, and tropical fruit.
This is what Miami's all about, the Cuban atmosphere. It's fantastic. Fantastic
White
food,
Cuban.
Fantastic music. Doesn't get better than that.
People go,
If
what?
things are cooking out here, the Fiesta inside
You're not
the stadium
white?
gets even
And
hotter.
I go, I mean, yeah, I'm white, but no, I'm not white.
It's so hot, in fact, they
And the people
created a
go,
special section
what?
for fans to cool off.
Like in the
Sunshine
same way that
Pools
people from
Oasis,
Iran
just
are not
beyond
white,
right field.
even though they are white.
Three cool water spas.
They're obviously the best seats in the house, and even though it's tough to find enough room for a
In-N-Out,
Marlins logo
yeah.
on some of these uniforms, fans definitely
animal
suit
style.
up when they come to play in this section of the ballpark.
And it's just another added entertainment venue for our fans who are looking for something.
Animal style fries. Get the that secret sauce from. It's literally mayonnaise, ketchup, and caramelized onions. I make that at home all the time. It's a best sauce ever. You put on anything.
Which is fresh fish and shellfish marinated in lime juice, ropa vieja, a kind of Cuban
Oh, ropa vieja is
and
my
guava
fucking
pastries
favorite.
for dessert.
And they just talk about ceviche for a sec too.
Latin touch, because it is the culture we live in here in South Florida.
Delicious.
Oh yeah, that's pretty much my order as well, Mytho. But I get a strawberry shake.
Which means that.
Their specific brand of
Stadium
synthetic
is the place where
tasting
Latin
strawberry
culture spices up America's
is
favorite pastime.
my favorite type of that synthetic tasting strawberry. The one where it's like almost too strawberry, where you're like, this is almost too synthetic, where it's like, nah, this isn't even what strawberries taste like, even if I had like a whole mouthful of strawberries. And yeah, sometimes it's too much. They put too much flavoring in there, but when you border that lime, that's also why I like Whataburger's Dr. Pepper milkshake. Tastes like cherry, but like with better. It's like a better cherry, or not cherry. It tastes like a better cherry strawberry shake. The Whataburger Dr. Pepper shake is fucking delicious. The Whataburger green chili burger is my favorite burger from there too.
Here, it's about famous firsts. The Chicago beef sandwich and the chocolate malted cup both made their first appearance here at the friendly confines.
Yeah,
of
water.
Wrigley
So
Field.
vanillas
But
are very
there's one
specific
food
too. It's got to be that
Chicago's
home
really
style
famous
vanilla
for.
for me.
Chicago style hot dog.
Yeah, no, oh god, I burped. And I was
With all
doing that stuck up on
culinary
me.
history under one roof, that's why
Oh,
we
banana
picked
pudding
Wrigley
shake.
Field as
Oh,
offering
for Whataburger
the best
changed?
traditional tastes
I haven't been there in a
baseball.
while.
No one is more tuned in to that tradition.
Where's home for you, Lucinda?
Than the grandson of legendary Cubs announcer Harry Carey.
It's something that's passed down from grandfather to son, son to daughter, and that's a great part of the fabric of our society.
Chip is now the official voice of Cubs baseball, and he truly knows what it means to see a game here.
When you talk about Fenway Park, when you talk about Yankee Stadium, when you talk about Wrigley Field, you are talking about the Triple Crown, the Taj Mahal, the essence of what baseball is.
Of course, there are a lot of traditions around here.
It's the second great national pastime.
Oh, gotcha, Lucinda.
Ballpark.
And after seeing enough satisfied fans, Chip knows exactly how to get into the
Whataburgers are opening up everywhere now, right? It used to only be in Texas, and then they got bought by a Chicago company that started popping them up over more places in the South.
All their own.
Right?
Hot dogs have much more subtle flavor in them.
Oh wait, why am I
Lots of
doing
different,
that? We're not
spices
using
in them.
that tool yet.
And that's a Hungarian recipe invented probably around 1924-25. And it became so popular in Chicago that it became the dog.
The real Chicago dog is topped with mustard, relish, onion, tomato, a pickle, and peppers. And there's one condiment that just won't do.
Never
Ketchup.
ever put ketchup on a hot dog. Never, ever. Ever. And a Chicago dog. And anathema.
And in Chicago, it's all about pleasing a hungry crowd.
That's good. Good. It cuts through the richness of the hot dog.
It does. It should be a melding of flavors, actually.
And he means that literally.
If you press it all in there. Yeah. I know this is disgusting, but hey, this is rude food.
Though it may come as a surprise, not everyone.
I thought he was doing that to fucking Andrew's food for a sec.
The Italian
Like, homie, you just put your fucking thumb in my hot dog.
I've been eating these things for 42 years.
According to Pat Scala of Scala's Beef, this sandwich is a real slice of Chicago life.
The only thing that Chicago can really say that originated in this city is the Italian beef sandwich from the west side of Chicago.
It's built by piling thinly sliced beef on a hearty roll, and then the secret to the full flavor.
And what we'll do now is ensure that the flavor of the Italian beef, which is centered really in the gravy, is put on the sandwich.
Oh, so you dunk it?
Oh, absolutely.
Oh my!
That's where the secret's at. You got to have the gravy to make it work.
It's finished simply with sweet peppers. The hard part? Figuring out how to eat it.
Very carefully is key. Small bites are important. I usually do make a mess of myself. That's just how it goes.
In fact, the best way to chow down may be standing up.
Arms length lean. That's the secret. That way you can have more than one and keep going home.
And if you have to sit on the tie, throw your tie over your neck.
No matter how the sandwich gets eaten, it's always in high demand.
You got a beef also? Got a beef with peppers.
But whatever you choose,
this is for me.
Save room for dessert. These frozen chocolate malts made their
In Mississippi,
debut
they
in
moved. Yeah,
1920,
gotcha.
and have been a Wrigley
They opened
food
them
fixture
in Mississippi.
ever since.
Welcome!
Go 14.
As we know, Chicago fans are big on tradition.
We want to keep this alive.
What the fuck? Not the person you work with, right, Mizzo?
But of our father's
Just block them. Don't even respond. They want your attention. They're thinking about you while they're with them. Take it as a compliment. Block them. You're better than that.
America's pastime is clearly on the mind of everybody around here. From the food to the fans celebrating every play of the game.
Now you have it. Now you have it in your court. Don't respond. Don't respond. Don't even block them. Just I don't even know if y'all are friends. If that's just random, don't even respond. And now he'll come to you and ask you why you didn't respond to his pictures of Disney, or why you didn't respond in the first place. Or if he doesn't ask you, now you have the power in that dynamic because he tried reaching out to you. Cheers.
Under $20,000. And with the new co-signer option, Aaron's folks were able to help him out with the new...
Be toxic right back.
No way. Yes way. With the most cars under $20,000 and our new co-signer option, We'll drive you happy at Carvana.
I know it might be tempting, but yeah, don't let into it. You've got all the power and positioning right now.
From surfing those wakes, overcoming the trails, enjoying all that nature has to offer. So get on a bike.
They want to play games.
I love San Francisco.
You can play them right back,
Beautiful
except you're not even
architecture,
really doing anything.
natural living,
That's the best game.
And those fresh organic foods that have made this city a destination spot for fans of
That's
fine
where you
dining.
can just sit back and watch it
All
happen.
those roads lead to Pacific Bell Park, a stadium known for its breathtaking views of the bay and for some delicious and refreshing culinary choices as well.
Get your California rolls here!
Fans enjoy everything from sushi
Park, you don't expect sushi.
And don't
to
pay
delicacies
attention to
with a
them at all. They're
decidedly
probably going to
hometown
ask to
flavor.
like hang out with you and go to the amusement park and shit.
Around here,
Watch,
there are
I bet
plenty
that's
of
why
locally grown, organic,
they're probably
and
thinking, oh
vegetarian
wow,
options for fans.
this will make them
That's why Pac Bell
think,
Park is
oh, I wish I
equipped
was
with
going
the
to
best
amusement
fresh
park
fare
with
in the
them.
league.
You know, so
fresh and
I think in depth about stuff like that. So they're thinking they had amusement park significant other, and they're thinking about the fact that you're going to be at an amusement park with them later in the future. They're thinking about you with them.
Local farmers here at the farmers market.
From opening day through the playoffs, seasonal favorites.
Take it as a compliment,
organic
but take it
fruits and
only as
vegetables
that. Don't
to
take it
freshly
anywhere else.
squeezed
You
juices.
leave it right there.
Take a
Don't
taste
do it.
of the lighter side of life, a definite departure from the usual ballpark fare.
Bam. Don't do it.
This is great.
It's not
Maybe
that you can't
later
get
do
good
it, but you gotta
but the
do
idea
it from
is
a
to
position
offer
of power
different
still.
brand of sandwich, like this one, mixed grilled vegetables with goat cheese on a baguette.
Wow. The farmer's market really does cover the ballpark.
See, because then eventually
A little different from your average.
you can pick it back
hot dog
up, but it'll be a completely
Fresh
different
fruit
dynamic
and
at that point.
vegetarian sandwiches aren't the only unique fan fare. They also serve the tallest strawberry shortcake we've ever seen. It's made with fresh baked scones, piled high with strawberries, and then topped with a mountain of whipped cream.
This is the best food in the park. The strawberry shortcake is terrific. Always really tasty strawberry.
I love how passionate he is about that strawberry cheesecake. Or the whatever it
Even
is.
though the farmer's market is reserved for the club level.
Oh, look at that.
fans
That
can't
did
help
actually
but
look
smell
fucking
something
delicious.
really fresh out in the concessions.
That looked like just straight
Thanks to the nearby city
raspberry
of Delorean, California,
syrup.
known as the garlic capital of the world. Fans wait in
Oh.
long lines for a taste of the pungent pleasures
Oh.
of Pac Bell French fries topped with heaping helpings of parsley and plenty of raw garlic. It's enough
Yes.
to turn your hair all kinds of colors.
You like some garlic fries?
This love affair with garlic doesn't end with the fries. They also
They
serve
better
an
be
aromatic
crunchy.
entree
But not
called a
crunchy. Like, I would
stinky
want-
roast 40 garlic
I would
clove
need-
chickens.
I would need In-N-Out style fries with that style, garlic and whatever all that shit was on top of it. But In-N-Out style, you know how they're like crunchy on the outside and soft on the inside, so they wouldn't get soggy and would still have like, you know, yeah.
Sandwich. Yep, you heard right. 40 cloves. We're not sure if that's what you get in a single serving, but if you're
There you
seeing
go, Mytho.
anyone who's had one, you might want to get your
Careful
own
there, though.
self-defense.
That could be just as bad. Make sure
Local agriculture
the
is well
intentions are
represented at Pac Bell
discussed.
Park. Fresh vegetables, garlic, and even the top crops from local vineyards all have a spot
intentions
on
and
us.
boundaries because you don't know how far they're wanting to take it.
Wine makes up a big
When it
part
comes
of
to, like,
any Pac Bell
relationship-wise.
table, even in the concession areas. And what could be more natural than that?
Some people want a unicornia and some people want a polyamia.
Even the most refined palates can find a suitable vintage.
And both are fine, both are valid, but you want to make sure which is happening, so you can protect yourself.
The natural qualities of
Set
San
those
Francisco
boundaries.
and its surrounding communities have found a home at Pac Bell Park. The breathtaking beauty of the bay, the
Red
bounty of the
Robin.
local farms, and
Yum.
the celebration of a healthy way of life. They all come together in one place.
Yeah, being a
and make an
unicorn is fun.
afternoon in this ballpark
Being a unicorn
a
is
truly
valid
refreshing
as fuck, but
experience.
some people don't tell you that they're using you as a sex toy, which is rude. I'd like to be made aware that I'm being used as an aid for your relationship, which I'm more than willing to do, but just like fucking let me know beforehand.
You're never alone.
Because I will develop emotions.
New Ziploc silicone endorables, designed to go from freezer to stove to last minute meal.
Scott, you got bad leg, Mytho got bad hip. Right?
Most people think
Did I
of a
get that
baseball
right?
game as an afternoon affair. You show up at the park, saunter through the turnstiles, and that's when the fun begins.
Welcome to Milwaukee.
Unless
oh
you're in
damn, we were
Milwaukee,
just living
Wisconsin,
together. I fucking love you now, though.
where the game is only half the fun.
Thanks
and
a lot,
the fans
abandonment
here
issues.
start
Thanks a
their
lot,
game day
Dad.
Celebrations very early.
Fans get a true taste of the ballpark hours before they pass
Or
through
they
the
get her butt.
turnstiles. Hard
And her
Food
fish
Fest
all up in her
Hard
butt.
Cookout, the tailgate party is one of Milwaukee's proudest traditions. Seasoned fans show up hours before each game to enjoy all the food, fun, and festivities.
Tailgating is a Milwaukee tradition dating back to the 1950s, and no one does it better than the crew from Brewtown. That's why we've chosen Miller Park as having the best ballpark tailgate.
Yeah, I was right.
Doing this.
Mythos hip and Sky's leg.
Well,
and my bad shoulder. I don't know if y'all have noticed in the workout videos, but it would be my right shoulder in the video if you're looking at it. But I broke my collarbone completely, like, in half. It didn't just, like, here. I'll do this, see if you can see it. Try to get a little closer. I don't know if you can tell the difference, but this right here is no longer attached there. And so I have a bad shoulder now. It separates. I can put my fucking finger in between the bones. That's always kind of freaked me out. The fact that it's just, I have a hanging shoulder there now. Yeah, if you look at the workout videos, if you look dead on, you can see this one connects still as it's supposed to, how it goes straight across. But this one has a big bump in it and it just fucking stops. I have a floating scapula, or not a scapula, collarbone. Wait, scapula is collarbone, isn't it? Or me?
Grills. Now,
we just need another. We need someone who has a bad right shoulder.
Pro executive chef Andy,
and we'll make a whole disabled person.
Chef. Now, Andy, what's the secret to tailgating success?
The secret to our tailgating
success. Oh, god damn it. See, those are the kind of jokes you can make that are inclusive and like borderline ableist, but like not actually, because we are actually like
to the well-done wishes of the Milwaukee faithful.
It's actually valid, and it's not punching down. It's like
deep, rich
joking about shared trauma. Those are jokes you can make.
Really make them appreciate.
What's up, Lewis? Welcome back.
Make sure it's dead.
Yeah, it's pretty.
Once the brat is grilled, there's more work to be done. You don't just.
That's not where you're looking. It's the shoulders.
And of course, the proper technique is to take a piece of grilled sausage and then dip it in the
I always wonder where people are looking.
And then what do?
By all means, you don't have to break the illusion. You can keep that to yourself. But
inside.
I end up always looking at my fucking face because I realize I'm staring directly at the camera while I'm doing it. I'm just looking at it like this, and I end up just staring at myself. Oh, I totally just realized I'd never posted another one yesterday. That's okay, it's still technically
Even
one
though
day.
we didn't get the secret of the stadium sauce, there is another Milwaukee invention that one man is always.
What's a unicorn in regards to the conversation we're having? So, unicorn or unicorn hunting refers to when a monogamous or not, a couple seeks a third and uses that third exclusively as a sex toy or a marital aid. And most often, they don't make it known that that's what's happening, and so that third person can maybe develop feelings or not set boundaries that should be for one-night stands, things like that, especially when it is like a dynamic of a relationship, so people are already in a relationship. That feels a lot different than just regular one-night stands, so the emotions there can be dangerous if people are just using you as a toy, which is valid. If you like being used as a toy, by all means. But again, conversations need to be had before that happens, so boundaries and lines don't get crossed. So unicorn usually refers to unicorn hunting, which is the derogatory term for it. Being a unicorn or being a third is neutral. It's not necessarily a good or a bad thing, but a unicorn hunter is a bad thing. It's someone who exclusively, well, I guess inherently it's not a bad thing so long as you're like discussing it, so long as you're communicative about it. Being a unicorn hunter in the correct context wouldn't be a bad thing, but it's usually a bad thing. If you get called a unicorn hunter, or someone was like, yeah, I got hunted one time as a unicorn, then it's usually meaning a bad thing. Abs and V-line, that slutty little man waist. I saw that post a while ago, the whatever meme it was, where it was like, men need to stop with their slutty little waists. And I get it. I get it. Yeah. That's valid. Again, I know what I look like. Body dysmorphia. I don't see it as my own, which is funny. I've had this conversation with Jax a couple times that when I watch those videos, I don't see it as myself, and I actually have a picture where I cut off pretty much like this part of it, and from here is all brand new to me. I have never had muscles before. I've had body dysmorphia pretty much forever, long time now, but the fact that it's changing as well makes it even more different now. So it's an interesting experience. It's an interesting looking at it from the perspective that I am openly and being open about the body dysmorphia and the euphoria that you feel. Jesus. Are you okay? Both, it's a double-sided coin. So as I get more masculine, you also have feminine features of it, like fucking tits. Literally, I'm growing tits. But at the same time, like I said, the slutty little man waist is also a nice feature as well. It's the perks of being non-binary. You can hold the duality constant, that divine masculine and divine feminine at the same time. We really need to cut your nails, Marla. They're way too long. Watch out. Yeah, definitely need to be honest with your unicorn. You need to be honest with, you need to be honest with people in the first place. You should be up front and forefront with intentions and what you're wanting to get out of this in the first place. That's one thing I always ask people is, especially since I'm on the autism spectrum, I fully have no idea when people are flirting with me. Zero. I've been clueless my entire life. I genuinely just think people are just being nice to me. I know that I'm conventionally attractive, but I don't, again, body dysmorphia, dysphoria, I don't see it as myself, so when people are flirting with me, I don't take it seriously, and I'm just like, wow, they were really nice. And then, like, I realize it, like, maybe later, or maybe never realize it, so anytime, like, I've straight up had to be like, look, I'm flirting with you, by the way, or like, hey, what are your intentions with this, so I don't get shit crossed over. Yeah, it's good. It's good to be communicative, but it's come about because of trauma and because of negative situations where you should have it talked about it beforehand, you know, stuff like that. Of course, Jamie. Yeah, we have all the. This is what Adult Swim is for. This is what the late nights are for. Is having the more in-depth conversations and more niche topics and stuff like that. Slutty little man waist.
Tells us how Chicago fans inspired this.
It's the free content, right?
Our lovely neighbors to the south had always called us cheeseheads, so that particular day I was reupholstering my mother's couch, and I grabbed a piece of foam and shaped it in the shape that it is
body
today.
dysmorphia and dysphoria and euphoria at the same time.
For a way to stand
because
out
I look down, I see this, and I'm like, oh, nice, fuck yeah, dude, titties. But then you see it in a picture, and it's like, oh wow. Cool.
Until
that's like
up and said, "Oh, can I try that?"
Muscles and shit. Like I have very different perspectives depending on how I'm viewing it and looking at it. There's some free content for y'all as well, some titty jiggles.
Shipping and receiving is a sophisticated dance when your employees aren't all in one place. It's really important for organizations to find ways to maintain connections.
To wearing it.
As a true fan of Wisconsin,
that's why I've been working my chest so much too.
No stranger
on bigger,
to tailgate parties.
bigger titties.
And of course,
hell yeah.
He has his favorite tailgating fare.
With and after the beer, I like cheese.
With and after beer, I like cheese. Where's Skylar? Is Skylar still in here? Have Skylar confirm that.
And they are pretty pleased with Wisconsin's version of fine stadium dining.
I have never had a brat before, and this is what I wanted, so this is really great.
Yo, brats are so
The party
good.
in the parking lot eventually
That
comes
snap,
to
that
an end.
crunch that you get,
Well,
crunch.
in this case, it moves
With
inside the
sauerkraut
stadium.
too.
Sometimes, after the game, we come back out and cook some more.
Sometimes it doesn't matter whether the home team wins or loses. If the fans have filled up at their grills, it's always a great day at Miller Park in Milwaukee.
Man, put barbecue sauce directly on the meat on the fucking grill. I guess a lot of people actually do that, but that was just like actual straight barbecue sauce. I just drooled. It wasn't even like marinade, it was just like actual just barbecue
restored
sauce.
Union Station. It's a unique blend of old and new, as a modern stadium is now part of one of the city's most historic buildings.
Got crushed over the top
and
and
inside the park, they pay homage to this unique aspect of Houston's heritage in a big
Oh, that's
way.
fucking hilarious, right?
All
Yeah. They're sleeping and we're watching their episode.
Minute Maid Park is famous for keeping its concessions on track.
Houston, Texas, hey!
Texas-sized portions. And folks around here tell me it's a great place to rub elbows with players past and present.
That's why we've chosen Minute Maid Park as the ballpark with the best all-star eats. It's a place where fans can get a
Although
big
it is
taste
Texas, it's 5 hours away from me, so it's pretty much a different state. It's a different place.
That's a big burger.
And if they're lucky, fans can even have a brush with baseball greatness.
Like you know the ride. I'm gonna turn these burgers.
That's right.
Well,
The
that was
strikeout king himself, Nolan Ryan, now supplies beef to Minute Maid Park.
Nolan
And while he
Ryan's
doesn't usually
beef?
spend
Hell
his
yeah.
days cooking burgers at the stadium, he gives us a special taste of his new career.
Nolan Ryan gives us a special taste of his beef?
Everyone knows of you as the no-hit king, the strikeout king. It turns out you're also a major league rancher. Tell me about that.
Well, that's been a passion of mine ever since I can remember. As a little boy, I can always remember that I wanted to be in the cattle business, and baseball gave me that opportunity.
As you can probably guess, cattlemen are very particular about the beef in their burgers. For Nolan, it has to be tender, and he prides himself on delivering extra lean beef.
Well, you start off with good meat. If you don't have good meat, you don't have
Nolan Ryan's good meat?
That's a basic.
I think he knows what he's talking about.
The burger comes off the grill, Ryan starts his wind-up.
Got onions, get your tomato in your, here in Texas, you always got to have tomato in your hamburger.
And the pitch.
What do you think? Well,
I've never heard that. That's not a thing. You have to have a tomato on your hamburger for Texas.
That's some great beefy flavor, too.
Or that's a Texas thing.
Nolan Ryan's beef is pitched all over the stadium. But believe it or not, there's another
They're throwing
all-star
Nolan's
who's made
beef
this
all over the
stadium
stadium?
his home base.
Thank you. Oh, yeah. You're not going to believe this, but Nolan Ryan just made me the best darn hamburger I ever ate, right around the corner. It's incredible. Hey, wait a minute. You're Larry Durker.
This former pitcher is now serving fans a taste of the tropics in the place he named after one of his old haunts.
My favorite place down at spring training was a place called the Big Bamboo. So,
Here it is.
here it is. Go.
Larry's usually around to sign autographs, which is always a big hit with the fans.
People here are just, pat on the back. How's it going, Dirk? Yeah, just watch you play. Everybody else goes, buddy. Legend. Astro legend. What can you say about it? Sit next to a legend.
Larry's Big Bamboo.
What can you
is all
say?
around
I'm gonna say the
a
same
great
thing I
time
just
for
said.
ballpark.
Legend.
And it shows in
I'll say it
everything
even
from
more if you want me
monstrous
to.
the
How many
munchies on
times
the
did you want me to
Oh,
say
the
it?
chili cheese fries, little curly fries, they're great. We got the Nolan Ryan hamburgers, the wings.
The chili cheese fries and Larry's Big Bamboo. Can't beat it.
Nolan's meat
While
and
some
Larry's
fans like
Big
to cut loose at Larry's
Bamboo?
Big Bamboo. Others would rather cut into a big meal while watching the game. The best place in the stadium for that? Nine Amigos Restaurant, just beyond right field.
It's wonderful to be able to come right here by
Did you? Yeah, every now and then you gotta fast forward the stream a little bit. You gotta make sure it's not behind a little bit.
Here,
It'll
they
be at
serve up
0-0
Tex-Mex
and
specialties
pulled
like
all the way
carne
to the
asada
front.
chimichurri steak, loco nachos,
Yum.
Tia Rosa quesadillas, and their famous southwestern meatball soup.
It's always
And
when you
with
get ready to
seating that
sleep,
overlooks
Sky.
the outfield, fans have to stay on their toes, otherwise they might get more than meatballs in their soup.
Well, that's the best thing about it. You might be talking about.
We are gonna hang out for a little bit longer. I don't know how much is left here, but I'm not gonna make another piece. I don't think. We'll watch another episode at least.
Even though a mitt doesn't come as part of the place setting, fans with great hands can have a truly special treat with their meal.
This is the greatest day of all time. Got food to eat here.
So I'm gonna do a few other things around the house as well, but
Practice, and guess what?
we did.
Ball two. Can't beat
Oh,
it.
we did
This
3
is
pieces.
about as close as you can
Okay.
get to the game without
Yeah, that's
actually
fine.
suiting up and
I
sitting
was
in
like,
the
I should
dugout.
make one more piece,
In
but there's
fact,
3 in there.
fans are even close enough to learn a few secrets from the pitchers in the bullpen.
So, hey, guys, balls always land over here. You ever get a fajita down there?
Well, I've seen some balls land in some people's nachos, but if it falls down here, we're not eating it.
I'll take some hilarious big man.
No, not at all. Not down here.
Up here, it's all good. Whether you're fielding foul balls while enjoying a meal or rubbing elbows with player greats.
Speaking of a chronic illness, mine just flared up for a sec. I have nerve damage in my back from concussions and compression in my neck. And every now and then it goes just like right here.
We can better the forest too.
The nerves there just like send signals all over the place. It gets bad when I'm overstimulated a lot too. But every now and then it just goes. Oh, did it? Yeah. If it ever freezes or if we ever restart, just make sure to double check that it's
views of Los Angeles
swiped all the way to the right.
Away. Fans at Dodger Stadium are practically starstruck before.
Yeah, that's another thing too about sports and whatnot.
In a town where
growing up, I hurt myself a whole bunch in football, and I was never going to be a professional football player, so it's all for nothing.
Fine dining in the league.
All those concussions and all that injury and all that stuff. What am I doing? I'm not blowing any more glass. It's a habit.
In Los Angeles, you never know when some big Hollywood star is going to come creeping around the corner, munching down a green salad. I mean, in LA, appearances do count for everything. Well, to some people.
Glizzy.
LA is the poster city for lavish lifestyles.
Look at that old makeup. Literally just eyeshadow and some mascara.
Especially in one of the most exclusive clubs in all of baseball, where it takes a hefty membership fee just to get through the door.
Dodger Stadium wanted to add some glitz and glam to its fine dining scene. And at the stadium, perched high above the right field line, you can do just that. Want to try a Wolfgang Puck pizza? They've got it here.
While you won't find
Wolfgang Pizza,
you will find some of the high-class cuisine that made him famous. The man behind the rest of the menu is Chef Robert Moore. He knows Dodger Stadium is no ordinary venue.
Ooh, my neck popped.
So now, Robert, earlier today,
does it? Is that the specification?
A buffet, and you corrected me.
The clarification?
Tell me why. What is this here?
This is known as a chef's table. Chef's table, we change the menu every 2 days. And as you can see, what we're trying to do, we're trying to bring the kitchen.
So you're just trying to make it fancy. Stop trying to be fancy
shabu,
and just call it a fucking buffet like it is. So you can have as much as you want, right?
Skate, a rare and delicate fish served up with pea tendrils and purple potatoes. And for the more carnivorous fans, a special treat.
Now, over here, this Fred Flintstone looking thing, what is that? That looks gorgeous and smells good too.
That's veal shank. And it's been cooking, I think we threw it in the oven around 8 o'clock this morning. So it's, as you can see, the meat's coming down the bone, it's practically falling off. It's fantastic.
As tempting as a mountain of perfectly roasted
why is this guy trying to sell this so hard?
This is LA, and meat-free menu choices have to be on the table. That's why Robert makes sure salads, imported cheeses, and fresh fruit are always on the roster.
Our fruit presentation, we're getting away from the fruit platter that everybody does, and we're just laying it all out there. Champagne grapes, lychee nuts, Bing cherries, mangoes.
Why is he doing that? Y'all know what I mean?
And here it is.
No detail is overlooked, and the bar is fully stocked with top-shelf beers.
Is he being arrogant and pompous, or is that just me?
On a sunny summer afternoon, the Stadium Club is the hottest ticket.
I feel like he's
in fact,
treating this as like
some of Hollywood's brightest stars.
An inconvenience.
Has a suite here. Rob Reiner, I see quite often. Annette Bening, her husband, of course.
Yeah, he is. He did not ask that question. He totally was just starting to name people that he's seen.
Fanfare.
No, it's fine dining all the way.
Is it? I was gonna ask that too. I just didn't want to be. I didn't want to ask that question. I was literally gonna ask if that's just a Hollywood thing or like just a snooty thing.
If only for a fleeting moment.
Because it definitely seemed like it.
After all, this is Los Angeles, and on a sunny summer afternoon, Dodger Stadium is a fine and fabulous place to watch a game.
Okay, gotcha. I'm glad I wasn't. I'm very sensitive to emotions and stuff like that, so I was like, why is this guy being a fucking douchebag?
The spirit of the pioneers, or a Rocky Mountain High, there's a feeling of adventure that's inspired the food and drink at Coors Field. That makes watching the game here
3:33 in the morning.
Experience
That's a
for
good
every
number.
fan that passes
How much we
through
got
the
left in
gates.
this? We
You have
got
to admit, this stadium has a look you
about
won't
15
find
minutes left in this
anywhere
episode.
else
That's
in
perfect.
baseball. From a taste of the Rocky Mountain wilderness dropped right into center field to the Rocky Mountain.
Yeah, right, Mytho. No kidding. That was just like a Caesar salad and like a
Coors
very
Field is truly one of a kind.
But those
lackluster
aren't the only
one
things about this stadium.
spread of fucking fruit.
It was the first one of its kind
So many
built at a
bubbles.
brewery
Can't
right
breathe.
inside the ballpark. The brewery
For sure,
is just
Sky. I
the
appreciate you being
There
here.
are a lot of out of the ordinary
You know where to find
adventures
us,
at this
friend.
ballpark. That's
We
why
will
we've chosen
be
Coors
back.
Field as the best Wild West dining in the league.
That's
Of course,
DFW.
no cowboy story would be complete without a little something to wet the whistle. There's
that-
nothing that quenches a thirst like a cold one from the Sandlot Brewery.
Gonna try this beer?
Was that?
Brewmasters Tom Hale and John Legner have a
look like that.
wild time making a variety of baseball fans' favorite elixirs.
Right now, we've got 5 different beers: Blue Moon Belgian White, Right Field Red, Slugger Stout, Power Alley ESB, and our Brewmaster Special.
Right, yeah, LA has a bunch of vegan and vegetarian places. So this was filmed a while ago, but that was a
While an
very
afternoon at the ballpark is fun
lackluster
for the fans,
vegetarian
it's
and vegan
serious
option.
business for John and Tom.
This is old. This is definitely at least a decade old.
Good carbonation, some head retention. Okay.
You can tell just by how the people are dressed and like the different haircuts.
And even though it may be a dirty job, Tom knows someone has to do it.
Yeah.
Dang, a nice cold beer does sound good right now.
But all that hard work is worth making sure fans always have fresh beer.
Where it comes right out of the tanks, it's pumped right
Yeah, we got
out.
about 15 minutes left in the episode. We'll shoot
There's no better
for.
place to sample than right next to the brewery in Rounder's Restaurant. The place
I don't know.
where
We'll
fans
see.
have
We'll
made
maybe
a
shoot.
fresh
We'll
sip
make shoot
from the
for 4
Sandlot
o'clock
a
exactly.
game day tradition.
We'll see how long this takes.
Right here having beer.
Y'all know me, obsessive compulsive. We'll take a bomber real quick.
Oh, pshaw!
It's no secret that beer at a ballpark can make for some wild times.
I am crushed and I'm downhearted broken.
But once fans venture into the stands, there's one beer vendor who's on a wild trip all his own.
Who are you? I am Captain Earthman, stranded intergalactic spaceship. Pleasure to meet you, sir.
Earthman is one of the most recognizable beer vendors in the country, but that hasn't gone to his head. He's bound by duty to complete his mission.
Call me on my number. I'll deliver beer to your seat so you don't have to get up. Hi, this is Earthman. What section will I roll?
It's a job he takes very seriously.
Appearing live from Arvada, Robert from 19. Ladler. Excuse me, tall, lanky girl. Human female.
The casual shade, just so naturally. Oh, what a character! That was amazing. Excuse me, tall, lanky lady. She was like,
take care of you.
But some fans still manage to elude the ever-vigilant Earthman and venture out of their seats to try some of the
like what the fuck?
at the park.
Just
The
absolutely
Wild
roasted that
dancing
girl
on
as
the
he
club
walks
level at
by.
Coors Field, where Chef
Drive by
Casey
roasting.
puts a lot of different treatments of game on his buffet table. Everything from buffalo sandwiches to antelope steaks. Even jackrabbit and rattlesnake calzones. This is the place where they
Yeah,
really
Lucinda, you
got
stand up
me.
late now.
Oh wow, that's an awful
Later
lot
and
of
later.
different game stuff. The fans really
Hi,
get into that?
Lucy.
Yes, they do. They really like the uniqueness and the different textures and flavors that we get from the game, and it goes over real well.
In fact, fans can't seem to get enough of it.
2 buffalo, 1 rattlesnake.
Well, I guess I'm game if they are.
Wow, that looks awesome.
Yeah, you say rattlesnake just then?
That's
Oh,
dynamite.
I poked Lucy in the eye. I'm so sorry. I went to scratch her head and I poked her right in the eyeball.
Of course, we know what it tastes like.
Well, they always say like chicken, but probably better than chicken.
Oh
The
yeah.
adventure doesn't end at the club.
I love those myths
You
though.
can
Yeah,
always
it
take a
catches
walk
people
on
off
the
guard
wild
so
side
hard.
in the concessions as well.
One of the most unusual foods found at any
Time is
ballpark
it?
in the United
3:37
States
where I
is
am.
found right here at Coors Field. Rocky Mountain oysters. I'll have a pair, please.
Oh no, Rocky Mountain oysters.
Don't
Another
those
10
look
minutes,
finger licking
3:37,
good?
40. Yeah, we'll hang out until
Now,
4.
if you don't know, Rocky Mountain oysters are the difference between a bowl.
We'll end
and
it there
a
though,
stew.
because if we hang out any longer,
Oysters
it'll,
are
I want it to
deep
be
fried.
till
They're-
special time, and then it'll be a whole nother 30 minutes.
Try one of these?
What is it?
French fry.
What is it?
Not the French fry. That's a garnish, technically. Would you like to try one? Sure. Yeah. No. Not the French fry.
It's cow balls.
Someone with an adventurous spirit.
I mean, so long as they're sliced like that, it's fine with me, but not the whole thing.
This is awesome. Everywhere in the world, you're going to see them start serving these as games, and we'll know that it started right here.
It is not a bad thing, that is true.
Rocky Mountain oysters. Who knew?
Who knew?
And who knew it
We
is
start
the ballpark
streaming
could be
on
this
YouTube
wide?
usually around midnight.
Drink more beer. Beer.
That's the beauty of Coors Field in Denver, Colorado.
Usually on
Once fans venture
TikTok
through the
around
turnstiles,
10:30.
the adventure really begins. It's a ballpark where legends have run the bases. A place where big league baseball was born.
Who fucked up
and
the
raised.
lawn?
And in
Did you see that? Or it might just be the perspective that it's at. It looks like somebody just in this area right here went, and then these are nice, and then these are real nice. But just like this part right there is different. Maybe they do that on purpose. Maybe it's what they do there.
It's a ballpark where legends have run the bases. A place where big league baseball was born and raised.
Wait,
In the
what?
90+
Fenway
years-
has a fucking cage around the batter's box?
It's a ballpark where legends have run the bases. A place where big league baseball was born
And not a
raised.
net around the
And in
fucking...
the 90+ years that Fenway Park has been in
Interesting.
existence,
What
it's
happens
been
if
a
the fucking
symbol of
pitcher
Boston
misses?
that stands as tall and solid
Heads up.
as the wall that made it famous.
Meet the legendary Green Monster, whose sheer size has been known to strike fear
Green
in
Man!
crowds of would-be sluggers around the league. And it not only stands between the hitter and home run glory, but between us and the Monster hot dog, the
This is
Monster
Philadelphia,
burger,
right?
and
This is,
lots of other great
Always
ballpark
Sunny.
food.
Souvenirs, hats in, t-shirt.
Oh no,
It's
Boston.
never
Okay.
just a game at Fenway, it's an all-out event. When the Red Sox are in town, there's always cause for celebration. The fun, the fans, and of course the food are all part of the reason we've chosen Fenway.
Oh wait, I already
Park
popped my
as
neck. I
the
need to not
best
try to do it
baseball
again.
match.
For me, if I'm not going to get to the game at least an hour early, there's no point in even going.
The party starts outside the stadium with a lively celebration right in
All
front
the
of the park.
blue jeans
It's
and
enough to
basketball
stop traffic,
shorts.
literally,
It's making me laugh.
Hats in, t-shirt.
because they actually close down Yawkey Way prior to every home game. That's baseball fever.
The food, the excitement. I'm a big Red Sox fan, so just to be here is exciting. But it's tradition and it's the same as
Oh, that's cool.
Bleachers tonight, and we love it.
I forgot what I did, but I got to go out onto the Texas Rangers
One
stadium
thing that's not
field
so
during a
traditional,
game one
the
time.
eclectic food offerings at this pregame party. From things you'd expect, like East Coast steak tip sandwiches and
yum.
Fenway Franks, to a not-so-native delicacy that's made its way into the hearts and stomachs of Bostonians. The El Tiante Cuban sandwich.
Ooh.
And if you're lucky,
You're a living legend. It's a pleasure to meet you. You sign my ticket?
you can also get an autograph from Louis Tiant himself. The Red Sox great came to this country to play ball in Boston and fell in love with the fans and the community. Now, he spends his days giving his
Oh, he's
hometown
Cuban.
a
Okay,
taste
that
of
makes
his
sense.
homeland.
So, Louis, tell me about
See?
Cuban
So-
sandwich.
There's black Cubans, there's white Cubans, there's every color of Cubans out there. There's because Cuba was a slave port. Cuba has a mixture of all peoples, and so anytime there's been conversations on TikTok, and it's always TikTok causing fucking problems. Where people go, "You're white. What? You're so white." And it's like, yeah, I'm a white Cuban, but I'm not white. There's black Cubans, there's white Cubans, there's everybody, every color in between Cuban. I just don't have a tan right now. And then my favorite thing to say is, well, how tan would you like me to be who I am? And then they kind of put it in perspective what they're saying. And it's just like, I get it. I'm white. Yes, I don't go outside. If you would like, I can tan, but that won't make me any more Cuban.
What's in it? Well, we have a ham, pork,
And this is pressed and toasted. The sandwich is a big hit with Red Sox fans, thanks to this pitchman.
Lovely Louis Tiant special Cuban sandwich. It's awesome.
For Louis, being out on Yawkey Way is a public service to fans.
Actually, it looks like my fucking uncle.
Forget 4 or 5 hours. All this talk of sandwiches would make anyone hungry.
That's that whole discussion about white passing that was going around there for a little bit too.
Team and city loyalties aside, these far-reaching food offerings make everyone feel welcome at this bash.
To make a point on that too, a lot of people are white passing because of cultural erasure, which is what happens to me. People go, "No, you're white." I go, "No, I'm Cuban." I go, "Okay, well, you're a white Cuban." It's like, "Okay, I'm Cuban. I am a Cuban." And most people end up not being as dark as they should be. It's such a fucked up thing to say, because of things like slavery, because of things like intentional removal of those parts of genes, like in the indigenous boarding schools, indigenous boarding schools here in the States. A lot of different things. We won't get into it too much. I'll get heated. That's a subject that is near and dear to my heart. We'll touch on it another time. It's late.
Of course, in Boston, you've got to know how to make up for your geographic differences.
And again, that's not to say we don't benefit from white privilege, or the fact that that's not to deny that exists. I also benefit from passing privilege and all of those things. I'm great at code switching. It's privilege. It's that I can code switch, that I can maybe be super feminine and be super queer like with y'all like this, and then immediately just swap and just be super straight and just completely give off a different energy and be able to go into like a car shop and be like, yeah, I need to get my fucking oil changed, and them not treat me any different, and then be able to go to Pride and be my true self and not be treated any different there. Code switching and passing privilege is just that, it's privilege. And we hold those two things constant, even though we might not be white or straight or cis, we still benefit from all of the things there because it is a system set up that way. That's a long conversation to have every time you talk about that too.
Stop on the way to their seats. A must-eat that makes the celebration complete.
It's like, wait, but you just said you weren't white. It's
even
like, yeah,
Roger Berkowitz, owner
I'm not
of
straight either.
his doubts in the beginning.
I was skeptical. I said, yeah, but what about the middle of the summertime? You know, they said, we don't care. It's like coffee. I want chowder.
The fans can't seem to get enough of this creamy soup.
Alright, T-minus 14 minutes. Let me check the phone. I'm pretty sure we started right at midnight on the phone. Oh wow, we still got 11 minutes on the phone. I go off the phone's time and not the actual time, so I can try to get it right when it saves. I try to get it on the zeros each time.
They did in the middle of the summer.
So we still got 11 minutes, about 10 and a half minutes.
Where else would my car?
We'll start the next one too.
Now, back to the Green Monster, the most feared wall in all of baseball.
Oh, the Green Monster is. Oh, wait, no, I keep thinking Green Man. That's not Philadelphia. Associative memory. Don't do that.
It may be the
bad
bane of many
association. Wrong
Americans'
association. Green, no Green Man.
But
Green
in
Wall.
Boston, it's also the best place to party at the park. It's even inspired the food vendors
Right.
to offer
Or someone wondering, like, oh, where's your nose? Or like, why don't you have black hair? And then you point out the fact that, well, that's super racist of you to assume that people from a certain place should look a certain way. And then they go, oh, and usually it's super liberal people who do that too. It's like, wait, but you're not, you're Cuban, but you're white. It's like, wait, would you like me to fucking grab a litmus test for you real quick? How dark would you like me to be? And then they go, oh fuck. And a lot of people end up super defensive about it. A lot of people go, oh, well, why are you defensive about it? And then, yeah.
One place where everyone wants to catch the game at Fenway.
I have to tell you.
Yeah, a little late from TikTok. You're right. You're right. Only a few minutes though. That ended up working out.
On top of the Green Monster itself. It's a great.
I never checked how many followers we got on TikTok.
The food is wonderful and
we had a good night on there again.
Hang out with fans who really know how to celebrate.
No, same. I love my nose now that I have my piercing. So that's why I pierced my nose. That's why I did this, because I'm self-conscious about the size of my ethnic nose. And that's another thing people go, oh, but they aren't white. Look at their nose. I had a bunch of people say that about me too, and I was like, oh God, I mean, yeah, that's kind of not the right validation I was looking for, is to point out the fact that I've got not that was a whole thing to unwrap as well. But now I am getting more confident about my nose and my appearance. It is big. I like it. It fits my face though. I've got a big head. I got big hair. I got big features. And big noses are coming back into fashion too. Not the tiny, petite, whatever is, but big, strong side features is coming back, and I'm happy about that.
That's great about this game. The fans, the food, and of course, all the fun. But that's
the piercing definitely
the baseball bash
skyrocketed my confidence in my nose.
There's no doubt about it.
I feel like it balances it out.
Playing in the big leagues these days.
You look here and then you go here, or you look here and then you go here.
Or you look to the rookies in the lineup like sushi or clam chowder. One thing is clear: stadium food has really stepped up to the palate. My advice: head on out to the ballpark, enjoy some great food, and show some team spirit. That spells home run in any league.
Yeah, that's shit that we got made fun of for as a kid too. And that's why all the shit we got made fun of as a kid, is now coming back. Being goth, being alternative, having exotic features, and yeah, it's funny how it all works like that. We still got another 10 minutes, right? It's almost exactly. We only started here a couple minutes late.
For a treatment for moderate to severe.
Oh, I appreciate you, Jamie. It's just personal things.
FDA approved.
A lot to do with body dysmorphia and stuff. My nose looks much bigger to me than it actually is, if that makes sense. I see it, and then that self-conscious, that it just makes it. It just goes. Oh gosh. It just goes. You know. Oh wow.
How can something so deadly?
We don't have to watch this episode if y'all don't want. I know some people are squeamish about that stuff.
Like characters with an insatiable appetite for adventure.
I was not gonna miss.
That is a heart stopper. And colorful cuisine.
I can't rope worth a damn, but I can cook a mean set of balls.
In search.
Oh yeah, we don't gotta watch it. It's all Texas cliches. Yeah.
A part of America that will never die. I'm Andrew Zimmern, and this is Bizarre Food.
It's all about fucking my culture right now, anyways. And that all looks like very cliched things. I'm just gonna put the next one on. The other stuff didn't seem as cliched as that. And then again, it might have just been DFW though. I can cook a mean set of balls, right? Like what? Oh wait, that was an Andrew Zimmerman commercial. What the fuck? Yeah, it was Texas. Okay, we'll go Morocco. See, I'd rather learn about Morocco than fucking Texas. And I hope y'all feel the same way. I mean, like, I'd rather watch the bizarre foods around the world than fucking Texas. It's all gonna be the same. This is what we just watched. Except with a southern accent. I'll give you that commentary if you want. I'll put on that. I'll make it a little heavier for you.
One man's weird is another man's wonderful. Bizarre Foods with Andrew Zimmern.
I'm glad that wasn't
Tuesdays
high
at 10,
resolution.
only on the Travel
I don't know
Channel.
what that was. Was it a heart, he said? Why'd he eat it
There's
raw?
nowhere I would rather be on Earth right now than right
Alright,
here.
again, T-minus 8 minutes.
And I'm back in Taiwan.
We'll watch the first half of this one.
I just had to find out for myself.
See, this is so much prettier, too. Like,
So where do I like to go at 3 in the morning? I like to go to fish markets. And yes, it's pouring rain, but I really don't care. The action, the hustle.
Make it there someday.
Look at how beautiful the fish are. I love it.
This is one of my go-to. Is the clam.
well, the thing is, there's no
ask him
There's
if I
no
can borrow
bizarre
his knife.
foods in the state that I'm in. They had to go back to the fucking bull testicles again because they don't have anything. We don't have anything that's that crazy, except if you want to deep fry it, and yeah, if you want to deep fry it, we have the Texas State Fair where we deep fry everything, and that's like as crazy as it gets. And then bull balls, which really isn't a thing. That's not, we don't eat bull testicles here. That's not a thing you'll find on every menu in the South. I'm in Texas myself, which is why we skipped that last episode. It's literally about Texas, and it's all cliches. It's all was just Longhorns and cowboy hats, which is pretty much what we just watched. It would just be the last episode, but with a heavier Texas accent.
As professional chefs, the one thing you should
Mormon
never
funeral
do
potatoes
is open up
and rattlesnakes,
a
right?
jumbo
But we don't eat that
flavor
either. Like,
with
yeah,
a rusty
there is
pigeon
a bunch of rattlesnakes in Texas, but only in like the rural parts. Like, and that's why I say Texas is so big and it's so different that every part of it is like a different state. City parts of Texas are completely different than the rural parts, even though it's still Texas. And we yeah, as different as it is, it's still the exact same. But it's that city boys thing. It's the country boys hate the city boys because it is drastically different, but still same but different. Same state, same but different. Same state but different.
in the pouring rain at 3 in the morning. Don't ever do that.
Oh, Big Tex, yeah, at State Fair.
Super sweet, super delicious. Wow. What is it about the seafood? I mean, it's so underrated.
T-minus 6 minutes until the end of the stream. Make sure to get y'all's background noises started or pulled up to SWAT 2 if that is your
It's an island.
Your thing.
It's an island.
I'm gonna eat some more Pringles.
This is the world famous Din Tai Fung, and the lines often stretch down the block. Everyone is waiting to get a taste of the perfect soup dumpling.
The precision and the consistency is what everyone comes here for. Every single nugget of dough that's rolled out.
Yeah, definitely melting pot, but mostly Hispanic.
Weighs precisely 5 grams. They put exactly 21 grams of filling inside them, and every single dumpling is then pleated to have exactly 18 pleats. Thank you very much.
To watch what they're doing.
Yeah. Clockwork.
It's
I'm actually sitting down right now. This is kind of perfect.
Ferociously. You can't come to Taipei and not eat.
Oh yeah, we'll do a doggo sign off here in a
A
sec.
lot of people will put it on their spoon and either bite the edge and suck the soup out, or poke it and suck the soup out. I just go for it. I do the same thing you do. I just throw it down. I like the explosion.
Yeah, I would put the whole thing in my mouth. I would want to chew it. I wouldn't want to suck it out and then chew it.
Taiwan isn't just about humble dumplings, though. You've also got to get to the island's first and only 3 Michelin-starred restaurant, Le Palais.
Did y'all know that Michelin stars is literally like the tire company?
I've been 3.5 years since I've been here last. It's shocking in terms of the food.
How long moves in dog years? It's 1 year in the States is 7 years here.
Well, Taiwan is a food geek culture. Yeah. In the last couple of years, what's the biggest change?
Person crumbs on my marker.
This place for street food, and that's all that people ever talked about was street food, street food, street food. Now it's, we've got sort of a more hot cuisine thing going on.
Utah is, yeah.
9 months ago, Michelin shows up here.
Oh fuck, yeah. We didn't do the redraw. God damn it. Well, technically the post is still up. We'll do it tonight.
And certainly we're in one of the best.
Oh my.
We'll do it when there's more people here. Y'all remind me. We forget every time. Technically, they had until this morning, or later this morning, so. We'll give it about another 2 minutes and then we'll do our sign off.
Forehead tendon in XO sauce. The frog stomach tastes like firefly squid. The chefs here have beaten chicken fat, then putting the abalone on top. So that humble little shumai right there represents hours of work, which is probably why they have 3 Michelin stars.
Yeah.
Just saying.
The food here is both high and low. You don't have to get fancy to eat really, really well. Take, for instance, the beloved national dish, Taiwanese beef noodle soup. First, the local neighborhood version.
Oh my gosh. It's beautiful. Absolutely gorgeous. So they've taken one of the most traditional and humblest ingredients in Taiwanese cookery, beef noodle soup.
She's right here, but she's just off camera.
Exactly. It's the local food, but in a refined place.
Here, we'll go ahead and do our sign off because they want chips. And I know y'all want to see them too. Or not our sign off, but oh god, just kidding. I forgot that this was a lot further behind than this was. I didn't think it was that far behind. We still have 7 minutes. Sorry, T-minus 7 minutes.
Or you like
until the end of the stream.
You can go.
They make their own noodles. Everything here is from scratch.
From scratch. It's a duck blood.
I want these
Yeah, duck blood.
scorched and cheddar ones now. We'll do this more often. I'll sit down after the stream and we'll hang out for a little bit.
That's gorgeous.
Wow.
That's gorgeous. I am stunned. It has tremendous mouthfeel. It's herby, it's chewy, it's perfectly cooked, but at the same time, it's not too heavy. Taiwanese beef noodle soup is the national dish, right?
Everyone has personal pick, and every mom.
These crunch different than these ones. These have a bigger crunch to
How
them.
did that come about?
In Taiwan, because we used to use cow in the field, they work in the field. So when they get old.
Right? It tastes like firefly squid. Okay. Wow.
We
Yeah.
just have this size of beef. We can have a big bowl of the soup and feed the whole family even for 1 or 2 days. Only soup.
Next, the fine dining chef's take.
It's wonderful seeing this noodle kind of come up into the global noodle appreciation, because it's not just Italy.
Yeah, I appreciate you, Jamie. Thank you for saying such kind things. Yeah, we do this every single night. Wow, these are really hot.
Noodle dishes of the world.
These are actually really spicy. We do this every single night. We haven't always had a camera like I always say going, but we got one now, and we're only gonna get bigger and better from here.
The presentation and all the best.
We're gonna have a better streaming setup. We're gonna have everything all put together too. So stay tuned. And we're happy to have you here as early as we do because we're very early in our streaming career. We're only a month in here on YouTube.
The braised Wagyu shin is extraordinary. That texture is insane.
Oh yeah, Jamie, I'm looking forward to it.
Every element is so perfect. I'm glad you took your time.
Next, we're heading up into the mountains. Even though Taiwan is just 1/11
I feel like these are thicker than these.
Its variety of microclimates make it the perfect
Yeah,
environment
that
for
crunch.
producing meat, vegetables,
Like Mythos said,
and
that crunch.
even caviar.
Sturgeon.
Do y'all like
are just
caviar?
Incredible animals. Prehistoric armor plating. Delicious to eat. Grow to immense
I like the feel.
size.
Sometimes it's too fishy though.
Yeah.
Purest water you can find in all of Taiwan. Depending on the species, some you can harvest caviar.
Sure.
Some they use it for sashimi. When they're ready, they only have about 3 days, a 3-day window to harvest at the peak.
Never had caviar? It's overrated.
Right. And the larger the fish, the better the caviar.
Yeah. Sorry, I got about 5 minutes left in the stream.
Oh, good. Got a lot of food.
Or 5 minutes until the sign off. Wow, those Pringles are spicy.
Very herbal front. It's not salty at all. Then it finishes with a lot of sweetness. The caviar is extraordinary. I'm also
Yeah, the popping aspect of it is what I like.
Of the fish. It's so buttery.
But if it's too fishy, then it takes over the enjoyment of the mouthfeel.
3-4 years ago, right? The restaurant scene was not half as evolved then as it is now. It has exploded since my last
It's all
visit.
very good, like pretty food. It's pretty to look at. I bet it tastes just as good too.
No, absolutely not. And part of the reason is that you have,
Boba is delicious. I'm a big fan of
The
boba.
landscape that inventive chefs want to play with.
I'm gonna keep cutting Marley's hair tonight. Marley's gonna keep getting a haircut.
I'm stepping into his test kitchen to learn how to make one of his signature dishes.
I'm gonna just poach it for a couple seconds. After we cook the cuttlefish, you have a lot of leftover liquid. And here I'm just gonna thicken it up with a little bit of cream and butter.
You don't like sushi? I get that.
Tiger from Taiwan.
I get that for sure. I love sushi. Hey, get out of there.
And the seaweed cracker.
The flavor of the ocean.
That's beautiful.
That's it.
Gorgeous. You really could have done a restaurant anywhere.
For us,
Do you like cooked sushi? Do you like the Alaska roll that's usually baked with like cooked fish and on top?
I get it 100%. I mean, everything here is just spectacular.
It's a serious food town.
Is it only the raw fish that's bad texture for you?
I'm ready for dinner with my friends Susan and Leite. They're the founders of Journey, the travel planning service that set this whole trip up for me.
See, that's just pretty.
When I found out there's actually people farming sturgeon in here, it's very exciting.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So you're using
Shrimp and rice. I bet you would like. So next time, if you ever go again, look for an Alaska roll or a baked Alaska roll. They cook it and it's hot. It's a hot sushi. And it's cooked fish with shrimp on, or not shrimp, with crab meat, and it's kind of crunchy a little bit. I like the crunchy ones. I like the shrimp tempura ones, and when they put the crunchy stuff on the top of it. Bless you.
Expertise, you know.
All right, we're gonna zoom out at least for a little bit. We'll go over while we keep watching this so you can see the dogs a little bit better. Oh wow, bless you.
Taiwan is famous for its 24/7 street food, but it can get overwhelming unless you know which bite to get where. And using Journey is like having local experts by your side, showing you how to do it right.
Everybody thinks it's a bunch of junky street food. Right. The level of precision with a lot of the cookery is really awesome. I don't care how much you've eaten all day long. If you don't get hungry walking down this alley, something is wrong with you, and I don't want to be your friend.
So this is the place that I like.
The imitation crab, yeah.
Rufan wasn't unctuous and
the cooked shrimp ones?
Insanely appetizing enough.
Ah!
Duck egg on top of it.
Ow, long nails.
Oh my God.
Moving back to the Outback.
Unbelievable.
Wait, Jamie, where are you at?
This was actually the
Outback, like literally?
That kind of
like Australia?
Turned me on to being like a foodie. I used to hunt places down just for this.
Yeah, thank you. Oh la 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 la.
Uh-oh, we froze. Oh, we froze. I was about to go grab it real quick.
Oh my God. It's perfect.
Yeah.
I think one of the great
Bless you, Lucy. That's how Lucy was that entire time. It just wasn't zoomed out enough for y'all to see. Here, we'll give them some crackers.
Fit hand in hand with new style places like yours.
Absolutely.
But I think that's because the people who are creating these new style like you are really turned on by the traditions of their.
It's doggo time, not TV time. Yeah. No, don't cheat. Get your feet off. You got a T-Rex. There you go. Wow, you're already doing it, Marley. Come over here. Yeah, T-Rex Marley. She's still doing it. She even still was doing it with it in her mouth. Oh, fuck yeah, Jamie. That's awesome. I actually watch a Australian streamer myself. I don't know if you know Overtime, who is a Warzone streamer. I do want to thank y'all for being here, though. Lucinda, Mytho, Jamie, all of y'all who might be lurking, anybody who might not have their name recently in chat, I want to thank y'all for being here, hanging out. I'll scroll up just a little bit, make sure I'm not missing anyone. Appreciate each and every one of you. You know where to find us. You know where we'll be. We'll have more Puppo content and some more glass blowing later today, technically tonight. I appreciate each and every one of you. Until next time, my friends, I appreciate you.